with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show.
I just got a text from the big boss, said missing the open of the show is minus 500.
Oh, what?
On the last day.
So,
that's not really fair. It really, I mean, we start at 6 today instead of usual.
see, Chris with the rare good point. Also, what? So like what? There's a contest that we were supposed to win and heavily favored to, and we somehow out of nowhere blew it.
I don't know. It's really, really close.
Seems like a theme. Good morning.
Hi.
Hey, first and foremost, it's Friday.
It is.
Congratulations.
Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
You really do have to get down on Friday.
Do you have to get up to get down?
Get up, get down.
Hmm.
If 911 is a joke in your town, yeah, you do. I mean, that's what they said. That's what they said. By the way, yesterday was the was it the 30th or 40th anniversary of the movie Hollywood Shuffle?
I paid my taxes.
It's got to be the 40th because I have no idea what that is.
You don't know Hollywood Shuffle?
It's a movie?
I'm surprised you don't know. Because you, and I mean that as a compliment, because you are a movie aficionado. Hollywood Shuffle. Let me just go to our friend, the Twitter machine, and I'll just I can't say it better than I said it myself yesterday.
Okay.
I can't say it better than I said it. 38 years ago. Okay. 38 years ago, Hollywood Shuffle premiered in theaters. And I said it is one of the greatest, most influential, important, and underrated movies of our lifetime. Robert Townsend was the mastermind behind it. I happen to think Robert Townsend is a genius and
Amazing in The Meteor Man.
That's. I got a few replies about Meteor. Look, Meteor Man's fine.
I love Meteor Man. Every single Don Cheadle was in The Meteor Man.
Keenan Ivory Wayans and a few others were in. I mean, it really helped launch the whole Wayans family. You may be familiar with, you had your original blaxploitation movies, right, back in the 70s. And then you had Keenan Ivory Wayans and the Wayans family kind of poke at that with "I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker," or "Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Drinking Your Juice in the Hood." Hollywood Shuffle is the father of all of those. Hollywood Shuffle is a story of young Robert Townsend, whatever, I can't remember the name of his character, who is in Southern California and wants to become an actor. A very intelligent young man wants to go make it big in the business. And in the process, what he learns is that in order to get roles, he can play a pimp, he can play a gangster, In other words, the roles that are open to him as a young black man are roles that Hollywood deems appropriate for young black men. And his grandmother kind of plays the moral center in the entire thing by saying the idea is you're not this person, you're feeding into these stereotypes and promoting them, and don't not be able to look in the mirror, don't trade who you are, and don't sell yourself out. It's all about selling out. That's the foundation of the movie, which, by the way, I may be making it sound, I probably am, like it's some sort of serious subject movie. That it's an incredibly funny movie. It's a very, very funny movie. They have something in there called Black Acting School, where they do a fake commercial on how to be a pimp, and it'll show somebody trying it, first year guy, and you get the teacher coming and saying, no, you got to do more of this, and you have to have this affectation, and it's a humorous send up on a lot of these stereotypes. And so while making a comedy, and again, a very funny comedy, underneath all of it, Robert Townsend has these groups of messages, and the kind of the through line through the whole movie is there's always work at the post office. If you haven't seen it, give it a whirl, because it really birthed a lot of these movies going forward. And like I said, the Wayans brothers, including Keenan, really kind of took the mantle there. And even in Don't Be a Menace to South Central, did you see that movie, Don't Be a Menace to South Central? Mm-hmm. Okay. You may remember that on occasion, somebody would say something profound, and Keenan Ivory Wayans would pop like into a window and go, message. Okay. If you remember that, he was a post office worker saying message, which was a direct callback to There's Always Work at the Post Office and Hollywood Shuffle and the Robert Townsend character. So anyways, enough of that, but just 38th anniversary. And I saw that movie when it first came out, and I was way too young. I just thought it was funny, stereotypical jokes. Look at this, you're in the what was 38 years ago, late 80s? Wait, hold on. 25, 30. Yeah. 87. That was back when, I think that was Eddie Murphy Raw came out either that year or the year after, in the blue suit, which is still today, that and Delirious are probably my two favorite stand-ups of all time. And Eddie was taking the mantle from Richard Pryor and poking at a lot of those things as well. And when I first saw it with my best friend Brett. We watched it together in the theater and loved it, but we're way too young to understand. Too young to understand the layering of it. That when it came out on videotape, we wore that thing out and just dissected the whole thing. And as we got older, and look, obviously, you would think, well, that's mostly, it's a black movie for a black audience. I never believed that. I always thought that was a Robert Townsend movie, largely for a white audience, yet all audiences could enjoy it. Right. You just had to pick up the layers. So anyways, I adore that film, and yesterday was the anniversary.
How does it relate to Undercover Brother?
I think, I mean, honestly, you know how you have a coaching tree? Right. I feel like there is a movie tree or an influence tree, and Robert Townsend. And I honestly, look, everybody has their own opinions, and I certainly don't want to speak for comedic actors of color, but I would just imagine if we had Dave Chappelle and the Wayans brothers and you name it, very funny, very talented people of color in this room right now. We went around the room. I'm just going to guess most, if not all, would have a very specific story about how Robert Townsend influenced them, right, and what a genius he is. So anyways, they were back to Pat, Tom, and Cody. They were talking about this Taylor Sheridan Yellowstone style event outside of Fort Worth, Texas, which is $500 starting for general admission.
Wow.
And but they did say something in there that wasn't really, this is where ADD comes into play for me. One of their throwaway lines was like, he's calling it a festival, but it's only one day. Can one day be a festival? And the instant thing I thought there, because I've never thought about this before, I think they're right. wouldn't a one-day event with multiple artists, if you want it, the proper name would be a fest? And then if it was multiple days, it's a festival? Is that the right way to think about it?
I never considered.
I never did either.
Yeah, but it feels right.
That's what I'm saying. I've never thought of that.
Well,
But
Beer Fest took place over multiple days.
I'm not saying it's a hard and fast rule, but I
Hard
think,
and Fest World.
thank you. I would say that I think it's more applicable. It is funny they were talking about that $500 because I've been doing a lot of work across the pond this week because they released
You sound like you're from London.
Huddersfield Town release season cards, what our equivalent of season tickets, pricing for next year. And they've been hiked up a bit. They've been very, very stagnant. Some of the cheapest in the English Football League for a long time now. And there's a hike this year, a pretty decent hike. And I've been talking with a lot of supporters over there, and it's really amazing the differences between over there and over here. So, for example, I'll just throw out a number. I think one season card is somewhere around 350 pounds for the year, which is about $400. And you get 24, 25 home matches. And I had one person at one point ask me, this is on one of their public forums, say, do you guys do anything like this over there? Like, how do Americans deal with these types of prices? And I said, look, Sacramento King, they asked specifically about the Kings. And I said, look, I don't have the numbers, but I would imagine the average season ticket price, if you're sitting lower level, whatever, I'm thinking it's about, I don't know, let's say $80 a game, 41 home games. Let's just use a rough estimate of about $3,200 a season ticket. I would imagine that's somewhere around the average. $3,200 per ticket, family of 4, 10, 12 grand, plus parking, plus food, plus this, plus that. So in effect, your average Kings ticket price over 5 games is the entire season card price over there. And one of the things over there is like a Tuesday night match, about half the people show up. And I often would wonder, why do you not show up? Why are there so few people here? And the response is always, well, there's work, it's late, kids have school. And my retort was, we were at a fan forum at one point. I said, look, I hear you, but most of our games are during the week over there and they're sold out and we have the same issues. I'm trying to find the disconnect. Well, finally somebody answered it in a proper way and said, well, here's the biggest difference. Over here, it's about 32 degrees and it's a 20-mile-an-hour wind, and we're outside on a Tuesday in the middle of winter, whereas it's a lot different, which is a completely fair point. But it just remains, as we go to break here, that it really underscores for me the difference between sport pricing over there and sport pricing over here, and how much more expensive, and we just accept it. I'm not saying either one's wrong.
Right.
It's just amazing that there's a lot of, and fair play to them, a lot of, they're just like, hey, I can't, this is too high. And who am I to judge that? But when you look at what they are over here compared to over there, I don't know how we do it, but we do. And you know this from your Oasis shows. Oasis, what was your Oasis ticket?
$110.
$110. I don't know what a proper comparison is. The Oasis isn't the Eagles or whatever the hell you call them, but it's a.
Are you saying they're less than?
Yes.
No, they're not as old. What I'm trying to find a comparison to is bands that are not in their prime but are beloved coming back for a reunion tour. And even with Oasis, it's even crazier because the Eagles tour every 5 years on their final tour of Forever.
Right.
What I'm saying is, it's just the first one that popped into my head. I would imagine Eagles average seat $800. I'm guessing here, nowhere near 100. What did you say? 10?
Yeah,
that's just impossible over here. That's just not going to happen.
I got the ticket for here.
No, what I'm saying is, but didn't Oasis? I thought I read that Oasis cut a deal.
They told Ticketmaster, not to charge
they capped.
Yes,
right. And I'm saying for your normal American, or hell, Paul McCartney comes around, and no, Oasis is no Paul McCartney, but Paul McCartney comes around. Your average ticket price is probably $1,000, $1,200. That's just gas grab. But they'll never do. But not over there. You charge more than $150 for a concert ticket over in Europe. They're like, yeah, good luck, dude. We're staying home.
For Taylor Swift, her huge concerts,
Uh-huh.
people were finding it cheaper in the United States to fly
over
to
there.
Europe and watch her there than to pay for the insane tickets here.
So it makes me think, are the Europeans spoiled
No,
or are we just stupid?
we're stupid.
Yeah, we are stupid. All right. Well, on that note, that'll be the theme of the show today. We're stupid and it's Friday.
Friday,
Yeah.
Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
Yeah, the yo-yo that is your Sacramento Kings. We all know what happened last night. We'll get into that. Kevin Huerter had some very interesting post-game comments. Did you see those?
I did not, actually.
I'm actually glad you did not. We'll play those as well. The tournament is in full swing, and we've got another Kings game this weekend versus the Bucks. So we have a big show for you. Sam Amick joins us normally on Thursday. He'll be here today at 8 a.m. and so much more. It's Dave, it's Jason, it's Chris. Sacktown Sports are back after this.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings
Out
game.
of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app. What's up? We're talking to Chad Hoblet, Hoblet Dodge, Chrysler, Jeep, Ram, and Woodland. Chad, it's Ram Truck Month. The sales event's going on right now, and I know that means heavy discounts.
It's not just a discount, it's big discounts on hard-to-find Ram heavy duties. Right now, save up to $16,000 off MSRP on remaining new 2024 Ram 2500 and 3500 heavy duties. When you need a hard-to-find truck, Hoblet has it, with over 500 new Rams available.
Just one of the many reasons Hoblet always ranks as one of the biggest and best Ram dealers in all of America.
And we are proud of that. But we don't just sell Rams. You have to check out the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Supercenter with 200 vehicles available and 30 under $20,000.
Search, select, and save through their whole inventory at HobletDodge.com. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period.
16,000 total net savings after 71.29 factory rebates and 88.71 dealer discounts. Rebates include 500 first responder bonus cash for eligible first responders and 66.29 West BC standalone 10% below MSRP. 5 vehicles with this net savings. Sample VIN 316786. Not everyone will qualify for all rebates. See dealer for details.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda Hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Let's do it. Leading off, the 3 top stories in the morning.
Huge news. This is very important.
Here's cut number 1.
He's not looking to shoot it here as the final seconds tick away. And this one will be a better pill to swallow. Final score, Chicago 128, Sacramento 116. The Bulls improved their road record to 17-18. They have 4 more wins on the road than they have on their home floor. The Kings, after doing some nice work of late on the home floor, are now 18-16 in this building. They're 35-34 on the year.
Look, we're going to break down a lot of reasons why they lost last night. I'm going to start with, where was the Vantage cam? Want to know with it.
Yeah.
Took it away. By the way, obviously I'm joking here, but just for fun, didn't Royale get introduced and yanked and it sent us? Wasn't that like the start of the skid at one point? I want to go back and look at the record.
Like the first time
the first, yeah, when
or
it was,
that it was like talked about
when
and
it was
debut and
yeah.
Fox basically killed it.
Yes, wasn't that the beginning of the end? I feel like, and I'm thinking, God, do we just do that with? Can we stop introducing things ever that are new?
What else happened?
What do you mean? The Vantage cam is what I'm saying.
Oh,
like I'm comparing Royale to Vantage cam. All I know is Vantage cam was 1-0.
Yeah,
and I would watch every game from that angle if it meant we would win, beat the Cavs. Look, one of the things I do want to speak on today, which sucks because we can't really speak on it, is I would like to say that I'm officially worried about Zach LaVine.
That's fair.
And the frustrating thing is that in a normal world, I would really be criticizing him today because once again, he's invisible and this has been a thing. Here's what I just want to say, here's what's holding me back. He missed Cleveland's game for personal reasons. I don't want to be the guy that goes in on Zach LaVine and then we find out, you don't know what these guys are dealing with sometimes.
Right.
So when I say I'm worried about him, I am worried about his on-court play. I'm also worried about him as a human. Now, look, fair play, if it comes out and, I don't know, he had to go to his kid's graduation he's way too young for that, but something that's benign, fine. But I'm worried about him now because, look, you don't want to speculate. If he were dealing with a tough situation off the floor and we don't know what these guys are dealing with, that would maybe explain why it looks like his head's not in the game. That's what it looks like. So I'm worried about the dude. This is becoming a little bit of a pattern for him.
Yeah, and I think, one of the things that's interesting that I think all athletes know is if you suit up, you're kind of going to get critiqued.
Yeah.
So it could be, let's take it away from missing yesterday for personal reasons, and maybe nothing's going on. Maybe there's everything going on.
Yeah.
But, some guys my knees hurt or my shooting, my wrist, I'm not the same, but they play, and then you kind of get critiqued.
Okay. I'm sorry. I was going to ask you, like, if that was the case, though, it would. I see what you're saying.
No, I'm not saying he's injured.
Right.
I'm saying even if there's an emotional injury.
Yeah.
The second you put the uniform on.
Yeah.
I mean, like, he wasn't critiqued yesterday.
Sure.
Or 2 days ago, he didn't play.
Yeah. Right.
But the day you play, and I'm not saying, again, what they know, right, wrong, fair, unfair. Like, they get criticized and praised a lot.
They
But
make a lot of money to do so, but I also don't buy into the whole he gets paid, so it's
right. No, he can't have feelings sure. But we also don't know.
100%.
And I would agree, though. I'm concerned.
I'm like concerned as a human.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Well, also, he's just way better than this.
Yes.
And it didn't feel like a bad game. It just felt like, are you here? Like, are you okay?
It was an invisible man.
Yeah.
And this isn't the first time.
Right.
This has been a weird thing.
Even while he's been playing better, we go, man, I still would like him to take more shots.
Right. And it's like he's lost, I don't know, all aggression, all feel. So look, it's a frustrating thing because we as analysts our job is to opine.
Yeah.
I personally am not comfortable opining negatively about Zach LaVine until I know, and again, it's his business, but I know that, God forbid, he's not dealing with something horrible off the court. And then the conversation is, honestly, is it as much as you if he's going through something terrible off the court and he's still playing, I respect that, and I respect the heart he has to. And also, by the way, as we've heard from many, many athletes over the years, sometimes that's the best way. Not to do it again, Jason, but I use you as an example. When your mother passed, you humbled me and just blew me away with, you were at work the next day. You shockingly were a professional, did the job, laughed, did the show. And I can just tell you right now, I'm none of those things. And
that's okay.
God forbid when that day comes, I'm going to be a mess and probably be out for a while. It humbled me what you did. And by the way, not for nothing, and I'm just trying to make a point here. You've had other things off the court that you've had to deal with, or that you and your wife have dealt with before. And again, you do that with grace and you work. And you've said to me many times, we'll be on the phone and Jason, just go. And you go and you say, I've got all of that outside of the studio I'm dealing with. This is my sanctuary, and gets my mind off.
Right. And then you get right back into it the second, you're done with it. Right.
But to extend the analogy here, and this obviously didn't happen, but if you had come in, let's say that day after, and I'm like, yeah, Jason, so the Kings lost and da-da-da-da-da, and how'd you feel about, Sabonis though had a triple-double, and you're like, yeah, I mean, yeah, I had a triple-double, it's great.
Mm-hmm.
If you were emotionally affected on the show, then we'd have a conversation about, Jason, I think it's amazing that you're coming in here in the face of all of this, but honestly, it's not a good look for you. The show's suffering.
Right.
Just take some time off. And I'm wondering, now to go back to Zach LaVine, if that's a conversation where you go, dude, I super appreciate this, that you're willing to do this, dealing with whatever you're dealing with, but maybe it is better for everyone if go do what you got to do.
Yeah, exactly.
But again, that's a ton of speculation. All right. Hey, we got really into that, so we're out of time with that. The tournament began yesterday, and we'll talk about that. Also continues today, day 2 of the greatest 2 days some say, in all of sports. And a new way the betting world is snuck into March Madness. And I will tell you, I participated yesterday. It's weird, and I'll explain. Plus, we have Kings Bulls audio post-game and all that stuff. We'll get into all that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and restore your rights? Maybe even restore your gun rights? Do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. Find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. We don't settle for less, and neither should you.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
It's Friday, folks, and perfect weather for a classic Palisades weekend. Dial in your gear and fire up your Toyota because it's rippable out here. I'm Johnny Mosley with your Friday Toyota Tahoe report.
Thanks, Johnny. The chilly weather continues with a high near 44. We'll see partially sunny skies for the afternoon, and tonight it will be mostly cloudy in the low 30s. Saturday, we'll see clouds and breaks of sun with a high near 47. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Welcome to Staples.
I hear Staples prints it all for any business.
You bet, and we'll beat any print quote.
So if I had a pizza place.
Staples can print signs, menus, pizza boxes.
A landscaping business.
Oh, we can print yard signs, t-shirts, brochures.
How about a pizza/landscaping business? I'll call it Dough and Mo.
I like it.
Right now at Staples, get up to $250 off your print purchase. Ends 4/5 exclusions apply. Visit staples.com/print for offer details. Price match guarantee valid in store and staples.com/print. Visit staples.com/price match for details.
Drivers who switch and save with Progressive could save hundreds. With that kind of money, you could go big time and skip the regular line at the airport and pay for speedy security. Imagine not having to quickly unpack and pack at the place you already came packed to. And wearing your shoes the whole time you're there? You can't put a price on that kind of luxury. Well, actually you can, and you paid for it. Switch to Progressive and you could save big time for speedy security. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states. Potential savings will vary.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile brand. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home with a 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
Hey, everybody, Kyle Draper here for Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. You know, sometimes you just don't want to buy brand new. I get it. I understand. Sometimes you just want to try something out, maybe go for a lease. Well, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton is the place for you. They have great lease offers starting at $297 a month. That's right, $297 a month. You know, for over 30 years, Mercedes-Benz of Stockton has been there for the community. Whether you're buying, whether you're leasing, they're the ones you can trust. So head on down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton right now and check out their fleet of lease vehicles. They have certified pre-owned vehicles as well, starting at just 3.49% on select models from 2021, 22, and 23. So head on down to Mercedes-Benz of Stockton. Tell them your boy Drape sent you, and trust me, they'll take care of you. They're a partner you can trust. Or you can always go online at mbofstockton.com. That's mbofstockton.com.
The following is a test of the emergency alert system. This is only a test.
I'll share this. Very little matters this early. It's all about, is your 16, is your 8, is your 4, is your 2, is your champion.
Your 1 has to be there.
Your 1 has to be there. You know, this is just the margins at this point and fun.
My little cousin, she is already out.
I think we have 5 out.
Well, so there was somebody picked Missouri.
It's our old Anthony here.
Clemson.
Yep. 2 Kansas.
And 2 Kansas. What was your
Clemson? So we're down to 260 left.
260. I'm a little worried. I don't know how to handle it because I had the greatest. I see where you are. I've never gone 14-2. I've never gone 14-2.
13-3 is generally the leader.
Yeah.
After day 1.
Don't we have a 15-1?
7 of them.
Yeah, 7 of them. And the thing that sucks about the 14-2 is you pick upsets, right. I got McNeese State.
Oh.
Yeah, that was one of them. I got McNeese State, Louisville losing, and there's another one. Arkansas. I got all of those.
Okay.
I picked who played BYU?
VCU.
Yeah, I picked VCU, missed on that one, and then I missed on whoever picked Missouri.
Loser! You're a loser!
Drake.
Are you feeling sorry for yourself? Well, you should be, because you are dirt!
But
hey, 9-7 over here.
But you got, hey, I know you don't have these numbers available, but I will just bet you the past champions in your league are riddled with, not every year, obviously, but I'll bet you close to 40% of them probably had 3, 4, 5, 6 losses in the first.
Yeah. Remember you said yesterday, what did you put the over under at? 10.5 before a loss?
Yeah.
I think it was 10.
Was it 10?
Or maybe no, I think it was 11-0.
Oh, before a perfect bracket. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The one thing I am surprised is someone that Jason let into the tournament.
Who's that?
They're tied for 8th place. And Jason has a real problem with them.
Oh, now I want to know who we're talking about.
I do too.
Let me go to the standings here.
Jason's probably going to be even upset that I brought them up.
You said they're tied for 8th?
Oh. Yes.
Wait,
I did not see that. Thank you, Chris.
They're tied for 8th. Oh, I'm tied for 8th.
Very well-known name.
Well, there's one guy who has the same name as the Night Stalker, but I don't.
There you go.
But do I even know who that is? Do I know who that is? Oh, just in general?
It's haunting.
Yeah.
That's the person that Jason is scared of the most in his life.
Yes.
Because I was like, Sean Cunningham's not that bad. Hey, we like Kirk Reinhardt. What's wrong with Brian Gebhardt? Or I'm sitting here rolling through them. Yeah, hey. Hope you guys are all doing well in your
Hey,
brackets.
speaking of the brackets, just for funsies, can you play cut number 2, please?
I 100% can play cut number 2. I wonder what it is, though. I can't see the title.
As the last 8 seconds fade away, the UCLA Bruins back in the big dance are back in the second round. Mick Cronin's club oust the Aggies of Utah State 72-47.
How'd that get in there?
Hey, UCLA won.
Yeah.
How about that? That was
Future school of your daughter.
That was.
What are you looking at, stupid bear?
Yeah. Oh, we can't. This stupid bear isn't funny when we're applying it to UCLA.
Not at all.
Well, perhaps soon it'll be a double glare over at him. Oh my God. What's today? Top of my calendar. I didn't even notice that. UCLA decision day. Supposedly today, although we have learned that sometimes.
Oh, man, I'm out of cash.
They take liberties. Liberty. USC is the 26th. Berkeley is the 27th. NYU the 28th. So this next week.
Well, I actually might be done with you if it's USC.
Yeah, you might have to do the show at your house.
I will just say this, based on where she's already gotten into and based on the pricing, USC, one of the toughest schools to get into. She'd not only have to get into it, they would have to aggressively pursue her in order. I don't think the private school being USC is going to win out over some. I've seen the pricing.
Oh yeah,
yeah, it ain't great, dude.
That one's a biggie.
They gotta pay for whatever that new Luke Skywalker Memorial Auditorium or whatever the hell.
Couldn't possibly have any money down there.
Yeah. So, anyways, yeah, I would say USC is at the bottom of my list.
Good call.
So you should feel good about that. Let's get into it. Again, after losses, I will tend to delay. I just don't want to get a stupid game. It's just so.
It was, what is it? The photo negative of the Cavs game in many ways. Like the Cavs game started so slowly.
Yeah.
You're undermanned. You're like, yeah, it's going to be a bad night. And then great. Last night started great.
Yeah.
Chicago's undermanned. And then, yeah. Ugh.
And was Chicago on a back-to-back as well?
Yeah, of course they were. There were reasons that this could have been a schedule win even for the Kings.
I hate this team so much. I hate this version of this team. They've done so, and the reason why I just dislike them is in part because of nights like Cleveland.
Yeah.
What the damage they have done mentally to this fan base this year, this year seems different.
Yeah, and they're the classic of every coach is looking for consistency, and sadly in the league, there's consistency of teams being bad.
Yeah.
And the difference in the really good teams is they're consistently good. The Kings are not either. Like, there's nights where they're really bad.
Yeah.
Like, this looks like one of the worst teams in the league. Mm-hmm. And there's plenty of nights where they're good. And you're like, hey, maybe there's something here. But what is that when you're both? It's, I guess, right where they are, kind of right in the middle.
Well, and that's where you go, okay, if you can beat the Cavaliers, if you can take the Clippers to a last-second shot, if you can come this close to probably you should have beaten the Nuggets, then what the hell are you looking like that against the Knicks for or the Warriors? And by the way, how do you possibly lose to the Bulls? If you have the capabilities to do the good thing,
right?
And by the way, without half your team.
Yeah. And it wasn't like, oh, they beat Boston. Yeah, but that was months ago. This was 2 nights ago that they looked as good as they did.
And didn't they have Laravia missed against Cleveland, is that correct?
Yeah.
And then was back last night.
Correct.
So they actually had more firepower last night.
Yeah, by far.
So in the last, let's see, how far back was that? 10th. So basically in 10 days, they got shellacked by New York by 29, boat flapped by 26, bat flapped by 20. Yeah, that too, against Golden State. Also pretty much blown out, you would say, by Phoenix.
Mm-hmm.
Then they beat Memphis by 10. Then they beat Cleveland. Then you lose to Chicago, who's also on the second night of a back-to-back.
Wild journey.
While Chicago, by the way, is imposing their will in the second half.
Yeah.
Outscoring you.
Yeah.
In the second half. Highlights. We've got a couple minutes here. We'll carry this over 2 breaks. But as you said, Jason, it started out quite well, including Malik Monk, hot from 3.
Rosen draws a double team. Out to Monk. He's going to launch again for 3. Here's number 5 of the first quarter. 15 points for Malik Monk and a 6-point lead for Sacramento, the 22-16.
Malik Monk was hot, but he wasn't as hot as this guy, Trey Lyles.
Yeah, Ellis gives to Trey Lyles, who just checked in. Now to Keegan Murray. Keegan spins to his left, feeds to the left corner. Lyles launches the triple and scores it.
Okay, so there's a 3. I'm shortening these because you'll catch a theme here. How about
Drops
Trey
it off
Lyles?
to Carter. Carter circles to his left, gets in the paint, defended by White, pivots, feeds it out to Lyles. He'll try another 3. He scores another 3.
That's Trey Lyles. Did I say Trey Lyles in the first
Difference
quarter?
between the clocks, 6 and a fraction seconds. Ball's in the hands of Zach LaVine just across the midcourt line. Challenged now by the Bulls. To Lyles, looking for number 4, and he scores it. 11 made threes in the first quarter, and the Kings lead 39-28.
Jason, I see at some point Trey Lyles, I think, had 20 points in 18 minutes.
Oh, probably. Yeah, he ended with the season high. 22.
Yeah, he ends up with 22. I want to say he had 22 in 24 minutes. I think he had 20 in 18. He finished with 6 boards and 3 assists. As a matter of fact, sadly, one of the best performances of the season for the bench. Just 4 guys played off the bench, and the one that didn't score was Keon Ellis. 36 points between Carter, LaRavia, and Lyles. They also combined for 15 boards, 8 assists, 2 blocks with just 2 turnovers. Keon did not have his best night box score-wise. 18 minutes was 0 of 2. He had 2 boards, 2 steals, but also 2 turnovers. Fast forwarding into the second quarter, before we take a break here, this is really where I think we thought we might be able to put this away.
DeRozan off the bounce, a pull up 2, right side of the lane is good. Debo now up to 7 points. Kings are shooting 49% from the field. Chicago at 43%. Kobe White driving right side of the lane, reaches, blocked by Valanciunas. He controls it, feeds it ahead to Monk, accelerates up the floor, slows, gathers, scoops, scores. 19 first half points for Malik Monk.
19 first half points for Malik Monk. 19-point lead in the first half. At this point, even the most salty Kings fan, cynical Kings fan, you're up 19 in the second quarter on the Bulls. They're on the second night of a back-to-back, plus the Kings have won 2 in a row against Memphis and Cleveland.
Yep.
You're not thinking about a win. You're thinking about, well, what is it going to be 20? Is it going to be 30? Are they going to be pulling the starters at the start of the fourth quarter? I mean, that's where everybody's mind's at, with a little bit of worry in the back.
Yeah.
But
what does the light the beam chance start?
Yeah, you start that during the half, and the Kings would take a 9-point lead into the third quarter, which is where we will pick it up, and then we will have comments as Red Velvet returned from Kevin Huerter. Very, very direct comments from Kevin Huerter after the game last night. We'll get to that next.
The only place you'll find Malik Monk is Sacktown Sports.
Oh my, what an athletic move that time by Malik Monk.
Hey Sacramento, it's Malik Monk, and you're listening to the home of the Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Choose Syntec Full Synthetic Motor Oil designed for today's engines exclusively at your O'Reilly Auto Parts store or O'ReillyAuto.com.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
How can you free your team from time-consuming office tasks? Amazon Business. Smart business buying tools enable buyers to find and purchase items fast so they can focus on strategy and growth. Free up your team and focus on your future. Learn more at AmazonBusiness.com.
Ooh, ma. What was that? That is business phone bliss with the Ooma Cloud phone system. It handles all our voice, video, and messaging needs.
You sound very
calm. I am. Ooma has everything I need to run my business more efficiently, like virtual receptionist, call routing, and video conferencing. And it starts at just $19.95 per month per user, plus taxes and fees. Ooma. Nice. Find your business comm at ooma.com/radio.
It's Carmichael Dave talking to you about my good friends at American Energy. You're in the Sacramento area. You know how the seasons work. They are a-changing right now. So American Energy wants to help you stay warm for the rest of the cold season, but help you stay cool during the warm season. Best way to do that, make sure your system is operating safely. So right now is the time to take advantage of half off a tune-up, $24.50. They cut that right in half, and if you want a diagnostic, guess what? You can't beat free. If it's free, it's me, and now it can be you. And also, it's the end of the season blowout. $4,000 off a new system plus any rebates. That $4,000, that's a direct drop from the sticker price. It's a great deal. Check them out at theaeway.com or an instant quote, or give them a call at 916-520-9990. That's 916-520-9990. Tell them your good buddy Carmichael Dave sent you.
Call 916-520-9990 now.
Huge savings now on new 2025 Silverado at the Maida Chevy Silverado Super Center. Save $11,000 off MSRP after rebate every new Silverado LT Turbo Max with Maida Chevy's exclusive all-in-stock pricing. And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area. $11,000 off new Silverado at the Maida Chevy Silverado Super Center. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, leasing, some of the offers.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Hello, I'm Frank Hock with Retirement Security Centers with a weekly economic update. Buy low, sell high is sometimes the old standard recommendation for investing in stock-based investments. Many investors have followed that rule, buying dips in the stock market valuations when they occur. As the stock market has pulled back recently, equity owners and 401k accounts have sold stock-based investments at 4 times the average level. Equity outflows have been over $4 trillion in the past 2 weeks alone. U.S. households had reached record levels of equity investment exposure. Nearly half of their investments reflect stock market ownership. Partially due to the uncertainty and the effect of recent and future tariffs, the Federal Reserve left rates unchanged for the third consecutive meeting. Even though rates have not moved at the Federal Reserve level, we could see reductions in borrowing costs in the coming months. We're already seeing lower mortgage, credit card, and auto loan rates, which could help ease the burden felt by many Americans as they continue to work through the increased cost of goods and services. These drops may not be enough to boost the housing markets, so rate reductions could still be a key to this industry. How might this affect you or your family? Please go to frankontheradio.com to schedule an appointment to watch videos and receive market updates. I'm ready to help you start your journey so you can define your future.
Securities and investment advisory services offered through Mosaic Wealth, member FINRA SIPC. Mosaic Wealth is separately owned, and other entities and or marketing names, products, or services referenced here are independent of Mosaic Wealth.
Dancing live with special guests Down, Aboth, and Cro-Mags. Saturday, March 22nd, 6 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley. On sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Danzig. Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know? It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross
On Sacktown Sports.
Deflected out and into the hands of Trey Jones. He throws to Huerter, eludes the defender on a flyby, launches the three, scores the three. Kevin Huerter with 19 points in his return. It's 107-103, Bulls by 4, 7.5 minutes to play in regulation. That's the 12th triple Chicago has made tonight. They have done it in 28 attempts.
Here we go.
Levine drives, gives to DeRozan, fires the three. It's no good. Battles, but he can't get the rebound, and he goes down. He's down at the other end of the floor, slowly getting up. The Bulls 5-on-4. White left wing for three. Score it. Timeout, Sacramento. Chicago has taken control. They lead by 8. It's their biggest lead of the ball game.
Yeah. Colby White. Maybe like one more from Colby White, and then we'll talk about it.
Doesn't get it. And the rebound is snared by Kevin Huerter. Lead out pass to White. Drives to his left. Launches, scores again. Kings have no answer for him. None. It's 119-109. 34 points for White.
January 6th, 2021, at the ripe age of 20 years old, Colby White had 36 points in Sacramento at Golden One Center. March 4th of last year, and when the Bulls visited Golden One Center, he had 37. Last night, Colby White had 44 points.
Not 44.
Not 44?
I think he had 35.
What do I have? This is weird. You're 100% right. He had
But
35.
he had 31 in the second half.
This is so weird. Look at the stat I'm looking at off of Basketball Reference. That threw me.
Oh, that is weird.
That is weird. They have him at 44 points. You're right. He had 35.
Oh, wait, let me see that again.
Mm-hmm. Am I reading that wrong? Yeah, that's March 2025. That is really weird. I looked for that too. Is that
but it's also March. Is it March 6th?
March. Yeah, that is weird. Hey, Basketball Reference, figure it out.
But
here's the bottom line.
He has played great here, and he did again at the half when he had one shot.
Yes.
He had made one shot. He had 4 points. It was 9. Felt like the lead should have been larger. I'm like, you got to watch out for this guy.
Yes. And I thought my daughter had the best analysis of the night as we're all watching the game, and she came in, and her comment was, doesn't he get hot with all that hair? Oh, my God, I would put my hair up more. And I said, his hair is up. She goes, oh, my goodness, I would be sweating all over the place. And then she walked out. So, we can break that down for the next hour. It's a great take. Yeah, dude, he's a Kings killer. I think it's official. He's a Kings killer. And unfortunately, we might be adding another Kings killer to that list.
Here's a drive by Trey Jones. Pivots, feeds a pass in the post. Broken up by the Kings. Deflected to the corner. Huerter hits the three off the deflection. Kevin Huerter with 22. And the lead is now 122-113 for Chicago.
And this was the one that put the dagger in the heart.
White almost lost it, saves it, gives it up to Jones. 6 on the possession. Driving a kick. Huerter again, right-hand corner. Score it. Turn out the lights. It's not officially over, but Kevin Huerter, the revenge game, he's been huge tonight in his return to Sacramento.
So, yeah.
Colby White did score 44 points on March 6th against the Orlando Magic.
Okay, that's weird because it said the Kings in there. They must have screwed it up. Well, he's been it's not like he's not a good player.
Oh, absolutely.
Let's be clear.
He's on a run. He's got I can't remember how many games in a row over 20 points, but he did it all in the second half yesterday.
Kevin Huerter spoke to the media yesterday. I think we pick up with our friend Matt George of ABC 10. And as I'm looking at this, he really does. If you told me this is what my son would look like in 10 years, I would 100% believe you. A lot of people are saying, including G-Man right there, revenge game. What was that? A lot of times the media will make stuff of things, but usually the player will say, it's just another game. Let's see what he says.
Revenge games. Was there the revenge narrative, the grudge narrative, or is this just a basketball game? You guys
100% revenge game. 100%. So that felt good. Came out here with a dub.
What specifically, what chip on your shoulder do you specifically bring with you into this game? What did you want to accomplish in this game?
Yeah, we won't get into details. Just an old team. Obviously, getting moved mid-season, getting a good opportunity over here, and came back and played well in a game I wanted to play well. So it feels good.
You got 2 big threes down the stretch there. How good do those feel to knock those down?
It felt really good.
What about the crowd's reaction? Appreciate being a part of the
crowd reaction is what he's asking.
It was. That was nice to hear. I've always loved the fans here. I hope they continue to love me. I've said it before. I'll say it again. A city that loves their team, and it was awesome playing here. I said it after the game on the TV with the Bulls. Like, it's a Thursday night on a back-to-back, and this place was sold out. And that's what this fan base continues to bring. So it was a fun game. It was great to hear the warm reception, and I'll still have a lot of people here, both with the team and working for the team, that I'll keep in touch with.
Is your first game against your final team or your old team, does that provide kind of some final closure for you? Does that linger with you over the rest of your career going against your former team?
Yeah, no, that'll feel good. I mean, this team will most likely change, and as all teams do in the NBA, year to year, coaching staffs will change, and so this one being against the team I just came from and having a game like that, it definitely feels good. It's fresh on the mind. It happened a month ago, so I'll be excited to continue to come back and play here, but I don't think any of them will feel as sweet as this one did tonight.
So you had it circled on your calendar?
I wouldn't say circled. It was on a back-to-back. I mean, both teams were on a back-to-back, so that wasn't ideal. But obviously a game I wanted to play well in.
from the moment you got off the plane from here to Chicago and started your time as a Bull, what's the most different about just the Chicago organization and your journey now?
I think honestly, just the stage of, I wouldn't say where the team's at, but just the youth of this team. Like the locker room definitely feels younger. Coming from a locker room over there with Delmas and Jay Crowder and Debo and just some older vets, JaVale McGee in years past, and coming over here and Modest Buzelis is the most vocal guy in the locker room. He's a rookie, so a little bit younger locker room. It's fun though. It's youthful. We've been playing well as of late. Play with a lot of energy, and our coach is preaching a lot of that. So it's been fun. It's been a good reset.
That's Kevin Huerter. He didn't shy away from it.
100% revenge game.
100% a revenge game.
Well, he got it.
He certainly did. We'll take a break. When we come back, day one of the tourney, we'll look at some of the upsets, and we'll look ahead to day two today, check in on your brackets and more as we continue right here on Sacktown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Hey, Jason Ross here to tell you about my friends at the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento. We're on a Friday. Every time we get to a Friday, it makes me remember that it was just a couple of weeks ago that the Overhead Door Company of Sacramento was out at our home installing our brand new garage doors. The process was so incredibly easy. We met with the people there, got attached to them, knew what they did, inspired by their just professionalism. They're great people to work with. My wife and I then went to the showroom and picked out doors. They came to the house, measured, and, boom, here they come. And they installed the brand new garage doors to our house. So one, they look great. Well, obviously, we wanted what we picked. Got windows at the top. It's just a clean look, updated our house. We've got an older house. It just makes it feel and look better. And then the functionality is the best part. These rolling, quiet doors that just are smooth. Obviously, you can hit with the remote, the keypad on the side of the garage door, or through the app. The functionality, the look, the people we got to work with at the Overhead Door Company, all of it was a win for us, and you can enjoy that too, especially here in March. Take advantage of their sale. $150 off a new garage door with a purchase of a new garage door opener. Tell them about the Sacktown Sports Special or mention me, Jason Ross, and see what they have for you. And again, go to their showroom like we did, or you can call them and find out what they've got at 916-421-3747, or visit overheaddoorofsacramento.com. Maybe you need to fix an existing door. It's a home or a commercial. They are here to help and continuing to do great work. Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi. Golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN Plus. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line, golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 16. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body?
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com. John.
Attention, citizens. A notorious outlaw is on the loose. Mo Leaks, a.k.a. the Water Bandit.
Just a little drip here and a little trickle there.
This slippery suspect is guilty of wasting 10% of your water, raising your bill, and stealing 90 gallons a day. Don't let him rob you. Fix those leaks during Fix a Leak Week.
Oh, man, I've been caught.
Stop Mo Leaks. Find and fix those leaks today. Learn more at roseville.ca.us/fixaleak.
If you love golf but don't want to play the same 18 holes over and over, at Timber Creek and Sierra Pines, you get 27 holes of variety, so every round feels fresh. And with a Premier Club membership, you'll enjoy unlimited golf with a cart, unlimited range use, exclusive discounts, and 2 complimentary guest passes to share the experience. With pristine conditions, a scenic layout, and an award-winning reputation, Timber Creek and Sierra Pines is Sacramento's #1 rated golf destination. Stop waiting. Become a Premier Club member today at timbercreekgc.com.
Sacktown Sports is bringing you the biggest live events in town. Whether you're rocking out or dancing the night away, check out the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. Get ready for an epic night out. Papa Roach and Rise Against take over Golden One Center March 29th. That same night, comedy legends Jay Leno and Arsenio Hall bring the laughs to Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Get ready to laugh your socks off. And for all you country fans, Lee Bryce and Walker Hayes hit Ironstone Amphitheater June 21st. Then head to Santa Rosa for Country Summer with Sam Hunt, Kane Brown, and Dustin Lynch June 27th through the 29th. Then back to one of the most beautiful venues as Parker McCollum takes the stage August 16th at Ironstone Amphitheater in Murphys, California. Don't miss out. Find more info and score your chance to win tickets at sacktownsports.com. Again, get all the details on the hottest events happening in town and your chance to win tickets at sacktownsports.com.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed the musty smell in your home? I hope not, because damp smells mean that you could have a crawl space problem. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to waterproof your crawl space and get to the root cause of the problem. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Get ready, NorCal. The Lodi Beer Fest and State Barbecue Championship is on Saturday, April 26th at the Lodi Grape Festival grounds. There will be something for everyone. Craft beers from over 50 breweries, live music, outrageous food, games, plus taste barbecue from world-class barbecue teams. For tickets and more information, go to grapefestival.com. Must be 21 years of age or older to attend. The Lodi Beer Fest, where great brews meet legendary cues. Saturday, April 26th in Lodi.
Spring is here, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, huge spring savings for you today.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone. And then boom,
with Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Drive, lays it in at the buzzer. It's not enough. Let the March Madness begin. The Cowboys with their first ever NCAA tournament win. A 12 seed is moving on. 69-67.
McNeese State. Wow, Mick. McNeese State. That works. Hey, well, there we go. 69-67 over the ACC's Clemson Tigers.
Did you happen to watch that game?
I did. I'll bet you we're going to have the same take. Go ahead.
What, the last 6-7 minutes?
Oh, no. Okay, never mind.
What was your take?
Well, my take was, and this is something that I always really enjoy about March Madness, if I didn't know who Clemson was, and I didn't know who McNeese State was, and Clemson, granted, had a furious run at the end there. It was not... 69-67 does not tell the story.
No, McNeese is killing them.
They were blowing them out. They were up 31-13 at the half, and they kept that lead for much of it. Then Clemson goes 54-38 in the second. McNeese had just built up such a lead. What I was going to say is, if I didn't know either of the teams, I would be like, oh yeah, McNeese State. they were they're huge, and they were bullying Clemson. Clemson got in early foul trouble with some of their bigs, and it didn't look like an upset when you watched it. That's what I was going to say.
It was just the way that Clemson got into a spot where, like, people talk about prolonging games.
Yeah.
The last 6 minutes was just between TV timeouts, fouls, reviews. It's like, my goodness. I mean, it's just like, oh, this is going to be an upset. Let me just watch the end. And they're like, well, they're getting closer. It's 9. Okay, but there's still 3 minutes left. Oh, or not even that. It was less. It just kept chipping away and just stretching the game out. And they just didn't have enough time.
Speaking of stretching the game out, John Calipari looks a little strange on the Arkansas sideline. Here was the final call against the Kansas Jayhawks.
Kansas will inbound, and that'll do it. Mayo's shot won't count. The number 10 seed in the West, Arkansas, and John Calipari moving on to the second round.
You want to talk about extending? I don't know if you happen to see the end of that game.
Yeah, a lot of timeouts there too.
Inbound the ball.
Yeah.
And what was crazy is Arkansas just needed to inbound the ball. And so the guy goes to inbound the ball, and he's stationary looking for somebody to inbound it to. Can't find anybody. They call a timeout. And then the announcers are saying during the timeout, I don't know if he realizes he can move up and down the baseline, and he's not moving. They bring that up. Timeout's over. Same guy inbounding the ball. Same exact thing. Calls a second timeout. Now the announcers are freaking out. And if you were watching, you see John Calipari at one point walking back towards his bench, and he very loudly yells, "What the F?" And they then figured, and then they went a little bit deeper and said, not only can he move up and down the baseline, but you could have another Arkansas player come behind the baseline. He could pass it to him,
they did.
which is what they switched the inbounder. Then they end up passing it to the man, and boom went the dynamite, and they got the ball in. But I'm sitting there, I'm going, oh my God, because they were out of timeouts at that point.
Yeah.
Are you guys going to blow this with 3 consecutive inabilities to inbound? But John Calipari, that's the other thing with March Madness. I don't know that we talked enough about yesterday. There's the team, there's the players, there's this, there's that. Coaches matter too.
Yeah, when that was Bill Self versus Calipari, that's a really good first round matchup.
Yes.
So, but yeah, it was weird to see him on that sideline. I know he's been there all season, obviously, but good win for them, beating Kansas, who at one point I think this year was number 1, and then they just kind of didn't have the year, obviously, that they had hoped.
Auburn blew out Alabama State. Houston 38 points over SIU Edwardsville. Edwardsville's run ends. Montana actually made it close for a while. They showed up. They again, the score doesn't really reflect. It was a 19-point win for Wisconsin, but it was a lot closer than that. As with High Point, gave Purdue a run for their money. They ended up losing by 12. Yale, Texas A&M, that was another one where Yale just kept hanging around, and I know Yale was kind of a popular pick. The one that really looked like it might change, Michigan took a 41-27 first half lead over UC San Diego, and UC San Diego's 30-4 on the year did not go away. They outscored Michigan 38-27, ended up being a 3-point Michigan win. That's what we call an escape, Jason.
Yes,
Ross.
they did, which is all Michigan needed to do. We talked to Jim Les, the Aggies head coach, UC Davis, the other day. He's like, look, I think UC San Diego got a terrible draw with Michigan's size. But they almost came back. I mean, they had a 3 at the end for the tie, and they missed.
And as we move down the list, let's see. Oh, yeah, VCU. That looked like a really good – it was back and forth with VCU, BYU. VCU made a late run, outscored them by 2 in the second half. BYU just built their shooting is just too darn good. They get a 9-point win. The other big upset of the day was Drake over Missouri. And that one, to be honest with you, it was a 10-point win, and it wasn't a blowout on either side at any point. Drake just kind of they outscored them in both halves. They played like they were the better team than Missouri, and good for them. Here's the final call of the region in the West.
Ahead to Jackson. He dribbles it out. Drake could not beat Kendrick Lamar in the battle over the last year, but the Drake Bulldogs could certainly beat the Missouri Tigers in the first round of the NCAA tournament. 67-57.
allow the pop culture reference,
Mhm.
I guess. Okay. I mean, there was 900 tweets, including me, saying, "Hey, what first thing good happened to Drake in a long time?" But that's allowable. Utah State lost. Creighton and Louisville.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I was trying to get you with the whole Utah State lost, and then I moved on real quick because that was UCLA.
I know.
Okay.
They lost badly. Bruins crushed them
72-47. The 7 seed. Look,
I'm glad I picked them to win the whole thing.
7-10 seeds are usually 7-10 seeds are. I wouldn't say it's a coin flip, but it's usually like 55-45.
Can be,
yeah. That would nothing. Doug McDermott's alma mater, Creighton. That was. I told you 2-0. That game was over.
Yeah, and it was.
89-75.
Facts.
And then Gonzaga. Look, man. Remember, coaches matter. They're an 8 seed. I don't know what this means, but Georgia got zagged.
When I flipped over to that game, they were interviewing the Georgia coach, and the score wasn't up yet.
Mm-hmm.
So it's maybe I don't know if it's the first, second time out or
yeah.
whatever. And they're interviewing the coach, and it reads the bottom scroll then says Georgia on a 7-0 run over the last minute 12 or something. And the way they're interviewing him, I'm like, why is this guy so uptight?
Yeah, what's going on?
It's like, we got to get stops. We're off to it, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, and then the score showed up, and it was something like, I don't know, 29-12 or something. I'm like, wait, and they're on a 7-0 run? What was the score? Sheesh.
Yeah. Bulldogs never really showed up in that one. It was 48-27 at the half. They ended up tying 41-41 in the second, but as you can see, you get a 21-point lead going into the second. That's probably over. I got a notification on my phone yesterday during the tournament. And I just thought this is quite interesting. So like a lot of people listening, I'm sure, I use Robinhood as a place where I'll invest a couple of coins here and there, watch the stocks, not know what I'm doing, lose money terribly. And I get this notification and it says, you can now buy and trade contracts on NCAA games. And I went, what does that mean? So I clicked on one, and let me do one from the next round. Okay. Or maybe let me see if I can find one that hasn't happened yet. No, these are all ones that have already happened. Well, UCLA, Tennessee.
Okay. So coming up tomorrow.
So I can either bet on UCLA or pick UCLA's contract or Tennessee's contract. Tennessee is favored. So if I were to say UCLA is going to win, I can now buy stakes in UCLA at 34 cents per. So, for example, let's say I wanted 100 pieces of UCLA at 34 cents per. It would cost me 100 times 34 cents with a $2 commission. It would cost me $36 to buy those contracts. If UCLA wins, that 34 cents goes to 100. Think of it like percentages. So my $36 purchase of a contract on UCLA comes with a $100 payout. If UCLA wins, I would in fact win after taxes and whatever. I would win $64. Robinhood has now figured out a way for us to be able to legally bet on March Madness games.
I think that's trouble for you.
It's a lot of trouble for me, dude. It's a lot of trouble. Look, it's legal, so I don't mind saying, and I have no connection. Yeah. Well, here's the good news. I bet on 2 contracts yesterday. I bet on Arkansas.
Nice.
And I bet on, it wasn't McNeese. It was, it was Michigan. I bet on Michigan. Both ended up winning. So I now have bet $46 and I have been paid out $100.50 in profit. Okay. I'm up $100 right now. But I just, as we go to break, I just want it acknowledged how unbelievably stupid and hypocritical it is that we can't bet on these games legally in California. And now what's happening is Robinhood is getting $2 for every bet some schmuck like me decides to put in, instead of our state benefiting from all of the offshoots of that. You can bet on stocks. If somebody can explain to me,
this is contracts.
Excuse me. Somebody someday needs to explain to me what the difference is between me betting on Microsoft to do well and me betting on St. John's to do well.
Fair question.
Other than stock versus sport. We'll take a break. 1 minute break. When we come back, 3 for Madness. How's your neck doing, Kings fans, with all the whiplash? And let's try to predict what they're going to do in the future. That's neat. We'll do all that right after this.
Saturday night, Kings and Bucks. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 5:30. Tip off at 7.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event ends soon. Versatile, dynamic, and built for anything. Toyota SUVs are always up for adventure. The only question is, where to? Right now, get low financing on 2025 RAV4. Or shop Toyota's unbeatable lineup of hybrid SUVs like Grand Highlander Hybrid, RAV4 Hybrid, Toyota Crown Signia, and Land Cruiser. Hurry in. It's the final days of Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event. Toyota. Let's go places. Offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Offers end 3/31/25.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do! Yeah! Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary, not guaranteed.
3 questions, 3 answers. It's 3 for Madness on the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Here's question 1.
I'm hungry. I'm really hungry. Did we ever find a donut shop that wasn't $75 near here?
No.
Okay. 3 for Madness. Chris, question 1.
We can go with my suggestion.
What was your suggestion?
Just getting Kyle to pick something up. I like that you just don't trust it.
It's just he rides his bike. Like, imagine him going and then like what's he gonna do? Like hold the luck. He'd be holding the dozen donuts and riding his bike with one hand, and like something had happened to him. And then I'm gonna feel super guilty, like, oh, he got something happened to him carrying our donuts. And then more importantly, the donuts would be all screwed up. Oh, sprinkles. Nope, that's gravel. 3 for Madness, question
Gross.
1. Gross.
How's your neck after dealing with all this whiplash?
Yeah.
For the Kings.
Mm-hmm. Oh. Right, exactly.
Not Kyle.
Yeah, not
falling off the
Kyle.
plane.
Sorry, that's a great point. That's what it's been, guys. And look, I'm so tired. I'm just gonna hold on to my take that I've had, whether it's a win or a lose. And what I really have not enjoyed this year is those that think this is a better team and that there's a group of Kings fans that are doom and gloomers. And then anytime the Kings win, they show up and they're like, doom and gloom, I'll break up the team. And also the ones that are the doom and gloomers. And then every time the team loses, they show, great team, huh? And everyone's playing grab the receipt. Look, I don't think this is a particularly well-constructed team. I think they need to do some things in the offseason to have any chance of getting out of the first round. I've thought that. I will think that, whether they win, lose this year. And I hate it for Kings fans. I hate that a lot of the fan base has been divided into these packs where it's a narrative more than just even being a fan itself of the team. And it's not fair. That's where I get pissed. It's just not fair to the fan base. They deserve more. And you go Memphis, you go blow out Knicks, blow out Warriors. Great win against Memphis, a better win against Cleveland. Lost at home against Chicago, and you didn't even get a full 25 hours to enjoy it. Like, yeah, a lot of Kings fans are going to need. That's what they should do. They should get a chiropractor endorsement out there at Golden One Center, because a lot of Kings fans are going to need an adjustment after the season.
The 2 teams entire league wide that are closest to 500, one being the Kings, just 1 game over. Atlanta is 3 games below. I feel like they're very similar teams. Like, I don't watch Atlanta every night, but sometimes I'll say, wow, Atlanta, nice win. They beat Boston. Or, wow, Atlanta, that was a pretty good win. They took care of Houston. And then Atlanta just lost by 25 to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
That's the Kings. Like, I mean, I guess when you're 500, you're up or you're down. I mean, it fits, but I think it's the wild discrepancies of this season. You know, they're basically a 500 team, which again is okay. Not great, not bad. And the amount of highs that they've had are pretty good.
Very good. Win at Boston, win at home against Cleveland.
But equally the same number of just like, it's not like, well, Chicago got you. They had a really good night. Mm-hmm. You played well, but the Bulls got, I mean, no, you just fell apart, fell off the side of the cliff, couldn't defend them, couldn't stop the drives. Huerter crushed, like, they find ways to make it really extremely painful and extremely joyous when they're like, do something you don't expect. It's a really weird year.
And this is the thing that sucks the most, because it's the one that just you can't explain. I can explain why they can beat bad teams. I can explain why they lose to good teams. I can even explain sometimes why they lose to bad teams. But when you lose to bad teams, or excuse me, when you beat good teams and lose to bad teams, the losing to the bad team is the one, especially 24 hours apart. Same personnel. Same personnel. In fact, plus
Actually,
Jake LaRavia.
And Zach LaVine.
And Zach LaVine, you're right.
Key components.
So, again, we're trying to stay away from picking on Zach LaVine because we don't know what's going on, but I think this is entirely fair to talk about. This is something we've talked about in the past. Are the Kings go back to the fantasy basketball.
Yeah.
Are the Kings a better team without one of Zach LaVine or DeMar DeRozan on the floor? This is something we've talked about for weeks.
Completely fair question. And I'm sure someone can do the deep dive in the numbers, and I have a feeling they are better, like on the metrics, with one of them on the floor.
In fact,
one.
I have seen some of the metrics, and they are. And on top of that, Keon Ellis is still the metrics darling right now, despite his night last night. And just looking ahead, and a lot of this is postseason talk, but looking ahead to the offseason, and you never know what's going to happen, but if you're looking at a crystal ball, I don't think both LaVine and DeRozan will be here. And I would all but guarantee it's going to be DeRozan that's not here.
Based on contract.
Based on contract.
Yeah.
And I think also based on the fact that this organization has long loved Zach LaVine, and you can see some of the reasons why.
Yeah.
But also that contract is about as immovable of a contract as you can get.
Yeah, and the whiplash part of it you just said was like the fact that it was 24 hours later. Like if this, let's say they won last night in whatever way, shape, or form, but kind of the get back of the great win against Cleveland was a loss on the coming road trip, maybe to Charlotte or Washington. You're like, oh man, that's a bad loss. Well, it kind of replaces the good win over Cleveland. But for it to be 24 hours later, after like as high of a high, honestly, as this season has had, we said it yesterday, it's the best win of the year.
Right.
And then it's not the worst loss, but it's not good.
No, it is certainly not, especially after the win. So speaking of, number 2, please.
Question 2.
Try and explain beating the Cavs one night and losing to the Bulls the next.
I'm sorry to do this because good luck finding something I won't opine on. I'm just going to be really honest. I can't.
Yeah, I think we just tried. And
I can't explain it. I can guess. I can make things up to make it sound like I know what I'm talking about, or I can guess. I don't know. Bulls are on a back-to-back. Kings are on a back-to-back. Kings beat, at worst, the second best team in the league the night before. I don't know. Emotional drain. Just wasn't hitting their shots. Kevin Huerter was hot. Kobe White, they had no answer for. Like, I can tell you what happened. I can't explain why. There's no reason they should have lost to Chicago last night.
Yeah, my best answer isn't a good one. It's the NBA.
Uh-huh.
But that doesn't answer it.
Any given Thursday?
Yeah. Weird.
Number 3, please.
Question 3.
So how would you predict the Milwaukee game goes?
Well, you know what? Remember how I started the last answer? Said, I'll keep it here. It was great analysis from me. I don't know. They should lose. They're not going to be favored. The Bucks will be favored. They should lose. You know what happened the last time I said they should lose? They beat the Cavs. Yesterday, when we were talking about the Bulls, they should have won. Now, of course, we're seeing a pattern here. So I'm going to say, well, if you're following patterns, they might beat the Bucks. But just when you think you have a pattern with this team, they turn it on your head. Gun to my head, they've already lost to the Bucks this year. That was obviously on the road. I think the Bucks are a terrible matchup for them. Gun to my head, they're going to lose against the Bucks. But you'd have to put a gun to my head to make me predict this thing for anything more than a nickel. Yeah, I don't know what the hell this team is.
Obviously, the Bucks have been pretty good and one of the better teams in the last couple of years. The Kings have matched up with them terribly. This is probably one of the teams they've played the worst.
Yeah.
Over the last couple of years. So part of that's Giannis, obviously. I think it's as difficult of a coverage you have in the league. I don't think Milwaukee is as good as they've been, but they do have a better record than the Kings. They did win last night. I think it's really tough to predict the Kings right now. Really, not even right now. That's this season.
By the way, last year, you mentioned the Bucks. That put something in my head. Weirdly enough, the Kings have matched up with the Cavs the last few years. No, the Cavs. Oh, I was thinking about the Cavs game. It's just random, but it doesn't seem like it's a good matchup for them because of their size, but they do. As a matter of fact, the Kings have won 4 of their last 5 against Cleveland, including splitting the series last year when they were definitely dogs at home, and then they swept them the year before that. So who the hell knows, Jason?
Right.
Just here so I don't get fined. We'll take a break. When we come back, standings watch. We'll go around the NBA, including, hey, last night sucked, but not if you hate the Lakers. And also ESPN put out an article yesterday I wanted to mention. We'll talk about that next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
I want to tell you about the law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez right in downtown Sacramento. And if you feel like you might need some help, you've got some questions, do you need representation? Well, call him, 916-304-9187. He is local. He's not one of those national lawyers that you see those commercials on TV and you think, oh, I think they might be able to help me out. And then you call it. You never get to that person. Well, this is someone you can get to. Jonathan Gonzalez is a lawyer here. His law offices are right here. And his case preparation over the years and overall approach has resulted in life-changing, impactful results for thousands of clients. So you can too. You could be one of them at 916-304-9187, saclegaldefense.com, and ask about expungements. It's something he specializes in, something in your past that's still following you around that you like cleared up. He can help with that. Sexual harassment cases, auto accident cases, wrongful termination cases. If you need criminal defense, or again, just have those questions. The law offices of Jonathan Gonzalez, 916-304-9187, or go to saclegaldefense.com.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by Bonnie. I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's finally Friday. Getting out the door to a cool start. Expect temperatures in the lower 40s as we head through the afternoon. Expect partly cloudy skies, light winds, and temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Ready for an early bird special? A new HVAC system replacement, both heating and cooling, for as low as $11,789. This is a limited offer and ends April 15th. Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696355.
I juggle a lot. I'm managing constipation with belly pain from my irritable bowel syndrome with constipation, or IBS-C, with laxatives and fiber isn't enough. My doctor recommended a way to get ahead of it. Then I said yes to Linzess.
Linzess linaclotide is a prescription medicine that treats IBS-C in adults. It's not a laxative. It's a once-daily pill that helps you get ahead of your symptoms. It's proven to help you have more frequent and complete bowel movements and helps relieve overall abdominal symptoms, belly pain, discomfort, and bloating. These symptoms were studied in combination, not individually. Do not give Linzess to children less than 2. It may harm them. Do not take Linzess if you have a bowel blockage. Get immediate help if you develop unusual or severe stomach pain, especially with bloody or black stools. The most common side effect is diarrhea, sometimes severe. If it's severe, stop taking Linzess and call your doctor right away. Other side effects include gas, stomach area pain, and swelling. Talk to your doctor and learn more at linzess.com or call 1-800-LINZESS.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC now recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Welcome to AutoZone. What are you working on today?
My car is making this noise. Sometimes it's like doot doot, and sometimes it's like grrr.
Do you have a dash light on?
Oh yeah.
Then we don't have to listen for clues. With the free Fix Finder service, we can read a check engine, ABS, or maintenance light to find the likely fix and even recommend a local shop if you need one.
So you don't need to hear the grrr.
Not with Fix Finder. Free at every AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hey, what about that place where we got them? Since you won't help me on the donuts,
I'll help you on the other place.
What's the melty place?
I think it was called the Meltdown.
Sounds right. Yeah.
Do me a favor. Would you mind just texting me their menu as we figure out our food? I just want to see what they got. Yeah, I'm hungry. My stomach is now tuned to eating here on Friday.
You got some pangs.
Got some pangs.
Are you hangry or just hungry?
Friday, gotta get down on Friday.
It's tough to get me. This isn't a challenge, by the way, to the audience, but it's tough to get me angry on a Friday.
Okay, good.
I'm just hungry.
Yeah.
Hungry. Me so hungry. I thought this was interesting. ESPN put out there's been a lot of talk lately about rebuilding.
Yeah, I saw this here. I'm curious about
this. I'll give you they list 12 teams. What they did is they did a rebuild ranking based on, and the idea here, it's Tim Bontemps that did it. And the idea here is not based on where the rosters stand now, but it looks at each team's rebuilding strategy.
Okay.
So they say, for example, Detroit's in the midst of its best season in a generation behind Cade Cunningham. But that doesn't mean the Pistons are better positioned for long-term contention than certain other teams on this list. So the way Tim breaks it down, number 5, the Utah Jazz. Players under 25, 10. Tradable first-round picks, 7. Players on rookie scale contracts, 7. And it says, regardless of where Utah's pick winds up in the draft, the expectation is the Jazz will be somewhere in the high lottery again next year, and the challenge of moving up the standings in the current Western Conference is daunting. So with Danny Ainge, you can see what he's doing, which is, look, we have to age out a couple of these other teams ahead of us, and he's probably looking more at 2027, 28. Number 4, the Brooklyn Nets. Players under 25, 9. Offseason cap space, $45 million. Tradable first-round picks, 13. They estimate they'll return to relevance in a couple of years unless they put the pedal to the floor this summer and acquire a star or two via trade, in which that could be, could accelerate things. Hiring Jordi Fernandez can be seen only as a success for Brooklyn. Coaching can only take you so far, but between all their caps space and draft picks, they've got a lot of options, and a lot of that, of course, came from the Mikal Bridges trade.
Yeah, I feel like that's a team so far of the two is, talk about whiplash, like they went for it. They had 3 stars.
Yeah.
Changed out a star, got another star. And then now that is the definition of a rebuild. Got that, yes. And now let's see what they can become.
Number 3, the Washington Wizards. This is actually interesting. This is why this article is interesting to me, at least. Players under 25, 7. Tradable first-round picks, 6. They talk about their strategy with the goal. They said the goal is obvious when they brought in their new president of basketball operations and their new GM last year. Tear the Wizards down to the studs, rebuild through the draft, following the model used by GM Sam Presti, of which both those guys worked for Presti in Oklahoma City. As a result, the Wizards have made several moves to take on future draft capital, and they have a roster featuring 5 players who were drafted in the first round, between 23 and 24. They get 2 more first rounders in this year's draft, including their own pick, which should be higher. It's projected to be no lower than 5th. It says even if the Wizards were to get Cooper Flagg, it's going to be another year or 2 before they become a factor in the East. But back to that, see, for me, in a fantasy world, if Vivek called me tomorrow and says, I'm gifting you the Sacramento Kings, that's probably the first thing I do is I look at Sam Presti's staff. That's the guy I admire the most. Does he have who's his lieutenant? How good is he? And come on in and you got carte blanche.
That's actually it. His name is Lou Tennant.
It's Lewis Tennant?
Yeah.
Yes, no, absolutely. So that's where the Wizards are heading. Number 2, the Charlotte Hornets. Right.
Really?
Players under 25, 8. Tradable first-round picks, 8. First full season for their new regime. Quote, they have been praised across the league over the past couple seasons for making a series of shrewd trades to start building an asset base and adding more young players in the mix. They will have a high pick, of course, this season. They have LaMelo Ball, Brandon Miller, and Mark Williams still to build around. When do they expect to return? Well, it says if they get Cooper Flagg, they could be competing for a playoff spot in the East as soon as next season. And number 1, I know Kings fans probably won't want to hear this, number 1 on the rebuild train, the San Antonio Spurs, players under 25, 8, tradable first-round picks, 5. But it's a very fair point. I think Kings fans will agree with this. The Spurs are a prime example of how one draft pick can change everything for a franchise. Obviously talking about Victor Wembanyama. Now he's paired with Stephon Castle, who was their pick last year, Devin Vassell, De'Aaron Fox, and they hope they will have a core in place for the future. Not only do they this year have their own top 10 selection, they'll probably get another lottery pick from Atlanta. San Antonio controls Atlanta's next 3 drafts. When you extrapolate that, again, I hate to say it, but they also have the Sacramento Kings pick swap, which does complicate things. It's why that might be the thing that upset me weirdly the most about the Fox trade is even if the Kings did want to go on a full-scale rebuild, you better get it done before 2031 or whatever, 2030, whenever the hell it is, because the Spurs own that swap. And that's right around the time the Spurs should be. I'm not going to say they're going to win a championship. They should be contending for a championship around 2030. I would bet that more probable than not. That's not the time if you're rebuilding, you want to swap your pick out.
Yeah, it's interesting that the top 2 you mentioned are the Spurs 1 and Charlotte 2. So they're both going to miss the playoffs this year. When we talk about rebuilding, right way to do it, wrong way to do it, whatever the thought process is, Charlotte's going to be the 9th consecutive year of missing the playoffs, and San Antonio is the 2nd highest. The Spurs are now at 6.
Wow.
So their futures could be bright.
Yeah.
But it wasn't like when the thought sometimes of, the rebuild or tear down, sometimes it goes fast.
Yes.
I don't even know how this one would be defined. Charlotte's just been bad. This is going to be 9 years now, more than halfway to that Kings record.
And here's the thing. Even though I'm leaning towards the rebuild, I want to fully acknowledge that I think, for example, that poll we put out a couple weeks ago where it was like 70% said rebuild.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. There's a decent portion of that 70% that see rebuild and they go, well, yeah, I want to be Oklahoma City.
Right.
Yeah, I want to be Detroit. Yeah, I want to be Houston. Yeah, I want to. But you, with great rebuild comes great risk, and you've got to get lucky in the draft to a point. Not just where your pick is, but who you pick. You can get lucky like Monty McNair did with Tyrese Halliburton at 13, and of course you get the kind of luck that the Spurs got with Victor Wembanyama. You have to be shrewd, and I've always felt for a good rebuild, it's about being shrewd, but you also you make your own luck. The more darts you have to throw at the dartboard, generally the better you're going to be, unless you're the Kings, who every time they've had 4 first-round picks have sucked across the board. It's a risk.
Yeah, it's too bad. Like, if that ultimately is a spot the Kings land on, which I'm not even saying is the wrong one, it one of the biggest ways to get it started would have been with De'Aaron.
Yes,
and
that
so
was it. That was the
it's
one.
Almost like, hey, we're going to fix up the studio, but let's just do one piece over here. No, tear the whole thing down and go. If you're doing like your house, same kind of idea. So they obviously didn't want to do that now. They wanted to be as competitive as possible now. Okay, that's the road you chose, but they might end up getting to that spot eventually. And you're like, well, that was one of your best chips to kind of tear it down.
Let me ask you this, Jason. not to get too, was De'Aaron Fox is there anybody on the Sacramento Kings that they could trade that would bring back more value than De'Aaron Fox would?
No.
I don't think so either.
I mean, in definition, Levine, but I don't know how you do it. Right? Based on contract and what you could possibly get in return, but I don't think you're getting that.
No, you if anything, you're going to get negative value back. You're going to have to attach something to Levine for somebody to take his contract if you wanted to move him. I think DeRozan would get you something positive, maybe a younger player in the rotation.
But you're not talking multiple first-round picks and stuff.
I don't think De'Aaron would have ultimately, in a perfect world, gotten you. And let's not forget De'Aaron's role in the whole thing. He's not going to get you Mikal Bridges returns. He's not going to get you Donovan Mitchell or Rudy Gobert returns. But okay, if not 4 firsts, how about 3?
Yeah, and I wonder how, at the time, how that would have landed for people.
It would have landed for me a lot better than this last one did, because they effectively, the trade was De'Aaron Fox for Zach LaVine and some things.
Yeah. Yeah, and if you still got Valanciunas and LaRavia somehow the way they did, it's like, see what that team could have done.
Let's ask Sam about this at 8:00. He's going to join us normally on Thursdays. Wanted to move it to today. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's get to standings watch and around the NBA next.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
My wife was like, I want to go to Hawaii and I want to bring the kids. And I was like, whose kids?
Jim Gaffigan. Everything is wonderful.
I spent the entire time applying and reapplying sunscreen, which thankfully makes my skin whiter.
Jim Gaffigan, a night of all new material. Saturday, March 29th, the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit thundervalleyresort.com.
Spring is here, and that means gigantic savings for all your oil change needs at Jiffy Lube today. Get a $25 gift card with the purchase of any Pennzoil Platinum full synthetic oil change through May 31st at your local Jiffy Lube service center in the greater Sacramento areas. And don't forget about the additional $30 off online coupon at jiffylube.com. Terms apply. Valid email address required. See pennzoil.com/rewards for details. Jiffy Lube, huge spring savings for you today.
It's Friday, folks, and perfect weather for a classic Palisades weekend. Dial in your gear and fire up your Toyota because it's rippable out here. I'm Johnny Mosley with your Friday Toyota Tahoe report.
Thanks, Johnny. The chilly weather continues with a high near 44. We'll see partially sunny skies for the afternoon, and tonight it will be mostly cloudy in the low 30s. Saturday, we'll see clouds and breaks of sun with a high near 47. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
Things are just better when you switch to Cricket. The sun shines a little brighter. Happy music starts randomly playing. Best of all, you can get iPhone 13 for just $29.99 with the ultra-bright Super Retina display and up to 19 hours of video playback, all on Cricket's super-fast 5G network. See? Isn't that better? Smile, you're on Cricket.
Requires new account imported on $60 plan. First service charge and tax to its sale. $25 activation fee. Terms and restrictions apply. Cricket 5G is not available everywhere. See store for details.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's with limited time savings on the supplies pros need. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on every $1,000 you spend on select major appliances. And don't miss your chance to activate and earn 3 times the points on select DeWalt and Klein tools. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/28. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for more details on qualifying items.
You know the old early bird and worm thing? Well, here's an early bird special and Bonnie's lowest price of the year. Imagine an entire new HVAC system replacement, both heating and cooling, for as low as, ready, $11,789. Take advantage of that. $11,789. Hurry though, this is a limited offer and ends April 15th. The sooner you act, the sooner you save. Plumbing, electrical, heating, and air, Bonnie.com. Some restrictions apply. License 696-355.
If you've always wanted to be a part of that Jeep life, there's no better time than now than the 2025 Jeep Wrangler. And no one has a better selection than Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. The Jeep Wrangler has been unmatched in off-road capability for over 80 years. But being a Jeep owner, it's so much more than the performance on and off the road. It's a lifestyle. It's camaraderie. It's the versatility and the customization. The new Jeep Wrangler, it's better than ever. And you won't be able to find a better car buying experience or selection than at Sacramento Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Carmichael Dave.
He has very good sources, and he just kind of tells it as it is and gets to the point.
Jason Ross.
He has a lot of pretty smart things to say.
He's good at what he does.
On Sacktown Sports.
1-800-912-1140, your Jiffy Lube drive of the game waiting for you. $100 gift card to Jiffy Lube on the line if you've got the answer. Totally unrelated to anything. I can't believe I've mentioned this because this came out last week, but can we all just acknowledge, I don't ever follow any of this stuff, nor do I care, but I have to admit, I smiled when I saw that Martin Sheen and Meryl Streep are now an item.
Who?
Martin, nope, not Martin Sheen. Hold on. That's President Bartlett, West Wing, many other movies. Martin Short.
Yes.
And Meryl Streep are now an item. I don't know why that just makes me smile, and I think it's because I love Martin Short so much.
He's hilarious. And you still haven't watched Only Murders in the Building.
I watched the first 2 episodes about a year ago, and I need to get back to it. Maybe that'll be weekend watch.
Meryl Streep 2 is sneakily funny.
Yes.
Meryl Streep 2?
The college years.
Is there a sequel?
Electric Boogaloo.
Come on. How great is that?
It's awesome.
Good for them. I don't know what it is.
Good for us. Everything's right and true in America.
It really is. And then and that makes me bring up another point. It was the Players Championship on Monday. No, I'm going to tie this together weirdly enough. Martin Short and Meryl Streep's romance and the playoff between J.J. Spawn and Rory McIlroy on Monday.
Yeah.
After the playoff was over, J.J. Spawn, who had every right to be nervous, was asked, did he change up his routine in any way the night before? Was he nervous in any way? He said, not really. I just went back to my place, settled in with a nice dinner, and threw on one of my old favorites, The Devil Wears Prada, and watched that and fell asleep, which made me think, have you seen that movie?
I have not.
Okay, I have. There is no part of that movie that should interest me in any way other than one of the guys in it was the main guy in the show The Mentalist, which I like a lot on CBS. That's it. I don't know anything about fashion. I don't know anything about the fashion industry. That is an incredibly rewatchable movie.
Really?
It's a really good, and it's based on a very true story about a woman who is still at the height of the fashion publishing world. I think Vogue or Condé Nast or something. Her name's Anna Wintour, and Meryl Streep's character was based directly on this person who wears these glasses, who's very, very shrewd and shrewd and very intimidating. Chris, have you seen the movie? You've seen Devil Wears Prada.
No.
Chris has seen everything but that.
I'm just saying.
See, you talk about how many movies I see, but it's
not.
It's really just from 1992 to probably 1999.
So you have
horror movies.
Horror movies.
That's like my wife doesn't see anything but anything Pauly Shore or Brendan Fraser. She's all over. So all I'm saying
So you've
is
seen a lot of The Whale.
you guys should both.
Hollywood Shuffle or Devil Wears Prada.
Oh well, Hollywood Shuffle. But
I've seen.
You're not doing well with movie.
What? What was the one I recommended you didn't like?
Cat's Eyes.
I said Cat's Eye was a classic Stephen King film. I didn't present it as like a great
And you
movie.
said, and a horror fan like you should have seen it like a bunch of times.
I was surprised you hadn't. I'll tell you what. Let me tell you something. Watch Devil Wears.
Let me tell you something, brother.
Watch Devil Wears. Hey, I just slogged through MacGruber and the other one you recommended. Watch Devil Wears Prada. Jason, I think you would especially enjoy
I'm
it.
sure I'd like it.
Chris, I'm not so sure.
Anne Hathaway, right?
Anne Hathaway, Meryl Streep, and others. And
the Mentalist guy.
The Mentalist guy. It's a weird guilty pleasure, is all I'm saying, and there's no reason it should be a guilty pleasure.
What was the one I said for you to watch? Pop Star.
Yeah,
Never stop.
Which, by the way, might very well. We're hanging out with friends this weekend. That might be on the. That is a front runner to be on the. It's a front runner to be on
the background.
For this weekend's movieing. It's not going to happen though. I'm glad you brought that up because I found out a revelation last night that my wife, the basketball coach,
she's never seen The Sixth Man.
Not only has she never seen, nor had she ever heard of. I had to show her the trailer to He Got Game with Denzel Washington and Ray Allen. But then as I was showing her the trailer and aghast that she'd never even heard of this movie, she goes, well, I mean, it's not like I've never seen Hoosiers either.
No. You're going to show her Hoosiers and she's going to say it's boring and dumb, and then you're going to be upset.
She might. I hate so much how right Chris is probably going to be there. I think he's 100%. I thought it was a basketball movie. It's Shut the screen. Which, by the way, Hoosiers very timely with the passing of Gene Hackman. Exactly. My son, by the way, has seen it, just in case any of you guys are wondering. I guess my wife just wasn't there. Good morning, Ryan.
Good morning. Never seen Hoosiers is a tough look.
Oh, yeah.
What do you say? No. Okay.
Yeah.
That's a tough. She loves basketball. She's a huge Kings fan. She coaches basketball. She's a basketball. How have you never seen Hoosiers? Right? Dennis Hopper, Gene Hackman, the slick-haired guy that played Jimmy Chitwood. Come on. Right, Ryan?
It's a classic.
It's a classic. You know what else is a classic? A $100 gift card to Jiffy Lube, because you can do so much with it. And all you got to do, Ryan, my good friend, is tell me what was the Jiffy Lube drive of the game last night.
Yeah, we had a Trey Lyles block, and then he ran the floor well, and Levine hit him with a great bounce pass for the flush.
Jason, what do you think? Does it sound confident enough? You think he nailed it?
It
We've got a long streak of these guys nailing it. Let's see. Yeah.
Vucevic at the right elbow. Hands it off to Jones. Hooks it cross court to Patrick Williams. He drives, runs into a double team in the baseline, swings it out to Jones, gets a step on Ellis, puts up a shot. Rejected by Lyles. It's grabbed by Levine. Races front court. Great bounce pass ahead to a streaking Trey Lyles for the two-hand flush. Kings lead by 5, and that's your Jiffy Lube drive of the game.
Hey, congratulations, Ryan. You absolutely nailed it. You got yourself a $100 gift card to go get all your stuff dealt with at Jiffy Lube just in time for spring and summer. Hey, what morning show on what radio station makes all your Jiffy Lube dreams come true, Ryan?
Sacktown Sports.
Thank you, buddy.
Well done, Ryan. Smooth.
I don't like keep doing that bit. That goes back to
it's going to backfire one day.
It is going to back. Well, I mean, it has.
Yeah.
Didn't somebody once say like a different radio station?
Probably.
I swear they did.
They said 1140 ESPN.
1140 ESPN.
So close.
All right. We got a couple of minutes here. The Lakers got shellacked.
Did you see their starting lineup last night?
I did not. Let's take a look at their starting lineup. The Lakers had Markieff Morris, Jackson Hayes, Gabe Vincent, Jordan Goodwin, and Dalton Knecht. What the hell happened? No, I knew no LeBron. What's wrong with Luka?
Okay. Day off. Reeves out.
Oh, yeah, he's a big boy.
Hachimura's been out.
Well, here's what I know. Here's all I know from that game. Despite the loss, the 55th pick in the second round, or the second round pick.
It's finally his time.
17 points on 7 of 10 shooting, shot 70% from the field, 50% from the behind the arc, 5 assists, 3 boards, and a block. Ladies and gentlemen, Bronny James.
Closing in on his dad. He's a little closer.
Closing in. he's 17 points closer. Yeah. I'm just saying, man. My goodness. Hey, look. All jokes aside, it's pretty good for the 50 for that low of a second rounder.
Yeah.
I mean, forget if his name was like Frank Jims and he had no relation to LeBron James. We were like, wow. Like, I wonder what the average. I wonder what the average points per game is per 36 for historical 55th picks. It's probably not that great.
Yeah, I would think it's not.
It's probably not that great.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard to like. It's so hard to judge Bronny James because yes, dude, his dad's LeBron James and that's helped him, and there's nobody serious should deny that, but also like. I don't know. He just scored 17 points in an NBA game. Like, there's something.
Right.
Something there. We'll take a break when we come back. Hey, brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Speaking of it, Sam Amick for a double dose. We'll talk to him about the NBA in general and maybe the sale of the Celtics, the Sacramento Kings, and so much more. We'll do that after this.
The only place you'll find Keegan Murray is Sacktown Sports.
Out to Keegan Murray, straight away for 3, and Keegan knocks down the triple.
Hey, Sacramento, it's Keegan Murray, and you're listening to the home of Sacramento Kings, Sacktown Sports.
Your local sports leader.
Welcome to TGL, presented by SoFi, golf's newest league, live on ESPN and ESPN+. It's 2 hours of hammer dropping, overtime forcing, playoffs on the line golf, Tiger, Rory, and more of the best from the PGA Tour, split into 16. Learn more at TGLGolf.com. Tune in every week for TGL matches. Keep up, it's golf.
Did you know your skin is the largest organ of your body? Huh? That's why you should shower with Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash instead of plain old bar soap. Love your skin by super hydrating it with vitamin B3 and glorious notes of vanilla and shea. Did you know that my super hydrated skin is the second largest organ of my body?
Every Saturday in March is your chance to shoot your shot at Sky River Casino's $250,000 Slam Dunk Cash Giveaway. Play slots and table games to earn entries and get 100 bonus entries every Monday and Tuesday. Visit Sky River Casino daily to score a free entry. Then join every Saturday from 7 to 10 p.m. for a chance to win up to $250,000. Visit skyriver.com for details. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Must be 21 or older.
Huge savings now on new 2025 Silverado at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter. Save $11,000 off MSRP after rebates every new Silverado LT Turbo Max with Maida Chevy's exclusive all in-stock pricing. And Maida Chevy has one of the largest selections in the Sacramento area. $11,000 off new Silverado at the Maida Chevy Silverado Supercenter. Now that's big, huge. See them all at MaidaChevy.com. Together, let's drive.
Not available with special financing, leasing, some other offers.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cole Wetzel, Nate Smith, and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Paul Mitchell, The School, Sacramento, and Stoney's Rockin' Rodeo. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Finally, an easy way to find home improvement contractors. Just visit subcontractorsunited.com and simplify your search for home services professionals. From cabinets to windows, roofing to plumbing, Subcontractors United is an easy, simple way to find and hire a home improvement contractor. And you never have to give up personal information. So no harassing phone calls like you get from those other websites. Subcontractorsunited.com is sponsored by D&D Cabinets and Savage Design.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
At Elk Grove Honda, not only do we have a great selection of pre-owned cars at very fair prices, but every one of our pre-owned automobiles are treated with kid gloves with a 182-point inspection that covers everything from unibody to tires to brakes and engine filters. Then our cars receive a mobile oil change and fresh fill-up with full synthetic mobile oil. We know you have lots of choices of where to purchase your next car. Come to Elk Grove Honda, home with a 182-point inspection and mobile oil change. We're in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sacramento's official home of the 49ers.
San Francisco.
Sacktown Sports, 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
Welcome back. Sam Amick will be joining us momentarily. Chris will let us know. I believe he's going to be on the StreamYard. You know, one thing I know this isn't Sam's necessarily his, Sam's not exactly NBA finance and business guy. I was thinking last night
business
about our conversation with Kelly Brothers.
Yeah.
Remember how I was saying, like, well, here's the other thing about buying a team is that pretty soon, it's all but a foregone conclusion and has been for years that Las Vegas and Seattle, barring something crazy, will be your next NBA expansion teams. And so I said, well, at a reported asking price, expansion fee of $1 billion each, that's $2 billion spread amongst 30 teams. So you're looking at, a minimum of $600 million because they split that money amongst all the teams. So and obviously the expansion teams don't get a piece. So $600 million. And then I was thinking about that last night. I was like, wait a minute. I know the last published thing I saw was $1 billion. There's no way the expansion fee is going to be $1 billion. And I'm saying it's way too cheap. I'll get back to that in a second as we welcome in Sam Amick. Good morning, Sam. How are you, friend?
Good morning, gentlemen. I'm doing well. How are you doing?
No, not as good as we were after the Cleveland game.
Yeah.
Yeah, fair.
Yeah.
That's a tough for fan bases everywhere. Kings or otherwise. You always hate when there's that one game that gets the good vibes going, and then it's more short-lived than expected.
Which we're getting a lot of this year. I was leading in, and as I said before you came on, I know this isn't your purview necessarily when you're covering the sport, but you know enough to know enough that we were talking to our other friend Kelly Brothers. Or we have another friend,
yes,
but we think about you when we're talking. And I was saying, this is no news to you, Sam. It's a foregone conclusion that barring anything crazy, Seattle and Vegas will be your two next expansion teams. I was opining to Kelly yesterday that, the new owners of the Celtics will probably get somewhere around $600 million when that happens, because last I read, each team's expansion fee be around $1 billion, and $2 billion divided by 30, that's $600 million. Easy math. But no, is that right? Two teams? No, it's not right.
No.
400 million. Nope. Hold on. Wait, I want to do this on my own. 30 teams, $2 billion. Oh, that's right. It's like between 650 and 700 million, right? Something like that.
That sounds wrong.
No, hold on. Let me work this through myself. $2 billion. So let's just say 20. And there's 30 teams. but 3 into 20 is 3 into 21 would be 7, right? So if it was 2 teams in $1 billion and they were, what the hell is it? Why am I confused?
I don't know.
Okay, well, it's gonna be a lot of money. So, but here's my
I just want to see you work through
I
the
don't know
process.
if you know this, but 700 million goes into 2 billion about 4 times.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, 4, not 30.
Yeah, 30. That I was a 0. Sorry. Well, you know what? Didn't go to college. What do you want? High school dropout.
Can I just say you need a running segment of sports radio math? There needs to be,
dude. That would not be great. As I've embarrassed myself in front of everybody as usual. Here's my point. There's no way that expansion fee is $1 billion, Sam. It can't be $1 billion. It's the expansion fee's got to be around $3 or $4 billion, I would imagine, per team. Looking at the Golden State Warriors, according to Forbes, at $8.8 billion. The Celtics were valued at $6 billion. They sold at 6.1. By the way, your Sacramento Kings valued at 3.7. If I remember correctly, it's been a long time since expansion, but I'm pretty sure the NBA's expansion fee is generally the average valuation of a team plus a little bit. So I'm thinking, Sam, we're not talking $1 billion. We're talking more like $4 billion per team. I know you don't have clarity on that, but does that sound in the ballpark to you?
Your math eventually mathed, but
thank you.
But yeah, I don't have total clarity on it. And I mean, you do wonder if that number is somewhat accurate, if that's maybe why. I mean, have you guys noticed that yes, I generally agree with you that Vegas and Seattle are next in line, that the league and Adam Silver has suddenly started pivoting with their messaging where they keep kicking the can down the road.
Yeah.
For a while it was, well, when we get our TV rights or our streaming, contract done, then we will turn our attention to expansion. That happened. They did not immediately turn their attention to expansion. They haven't still, fielded formal offers from cities. You know what I mean? Like
right.
some of the finances that you are touching on, and I think the general question of do they make sense right now is partly why this is getting delayed a bit.
Yeah, because you're right, Sam. It felt like that was imminent in a sense. Like once this other part got taken care of. You kind of touched on it, but are there other underlying factors? I don't know if it has to do with ratings or any other financials for the league. Like why else do you think it's maybe been a little bit put on the back burner?
Yeah, I mean, speculating a little bit, admittedly, I've gotten the sense that it's the money stuff, obviously, but it's, you kind of wonder, if it's competitively, they are enjoying this age of parity and for the most part, giving a big thumbs up to the fact that it's, whatever it is, 6 straight years with a new champion and so many fan bases engaged with the plan. I think, like always, when it comes to expansion, the question of diluting talent and, and kind of changing the competitive landscape is one that they certainly spend a lot of time looking at. But yeah, just by and large, and I don't even feel like we've media-wise pressed the issue that much with the league, but it's really kind of cut and dried. Like they said, like the second that deal was done, it was going to be all about expansion, and obviously something has compelled them to slow that roll a little bit.
Could it be? I mean, you hear the rumors of Mexico City, their forays into Europe, although logistically that seems difficult. Could that be a part of it too? That yeah, go ahead.
I mean, their shift went to Europe real quick. They obviously are looking at being behind a partnership with the EuroLeague, and it's not obviously an expansion of the NBA. It's a different thing, but it's expanding their footprint, and it's doing it in a way that wouldn't impact the NBA product, wouldn't require the stuff that we're talking about with expansion. So yeah, it's not. I'm not by any means saying that expansion is off the table or even, still not unofficially happening within the next decade, 5 years. It's just more, yes, they have started to prioritize other endeavors globally that I do think the Mexico City one, they just had another game there not too long ago. They love that market. Adam has always been, very focused on that market as a way he wants to go global, and obviously, doing that in Europe is a whole lot tougher than it is on this continent. So just a lot of balls in the air.
Yeah, based on that, it seems like Mexico City. Again, I don't know if easier is. Well, I guess that is the term. Like, wouldn't that just make more sense if that's what they wanted to do? But that doesn't quite hit, obviously Europe at all. But I think that logistically seems to make a lot more sense.
Yeah, it does. It's that's one of the few places in terms of like NBA targets that I haven't been. But my colleague and buddy Joe Varden has been to Mexico City quite a few times. And I remember his latest story, he shared a lot of detail from their regular season game there about the lay of the land as far as like where people with means lived in relation to the arena, and then how it, on that particular day, it took over an hour, I think it was, to get there. Because in terms of the city itself, the venue wasn't right where it was like the safest. So, you have stuff that just doesn't, that comes into play that is, I think part of the reason it hasn't happened, but they've had a G League team down there for a while. Certainly questions about players and how they would feel about living in Mexico City. But yeah, they've looked at it for years.
Here's why I think there's absolutely no chance in hell Mexico City ever happens. And there's a number of things you just mentioned, but it doesn't get mentioned enough. It's incredibly simplistic, but Denver is 5,280 feet in the air. And we always hear about the home court advantage Denver has because, athletes come in there and they have trouble breathing. Yeah, Mexico City is 2,000 feet higher than Denver. I mean, I'm just saying, I can't imagine a situation where I guess in this case 31 other teams with expansion would be cool with rolling into Mexico City and basically having an asthma attack for 48 minutes trying to play basketball. I know that's really simplistic, but dude, that is beyond a home court advantage.
No, for sure. Although surprisingly, I don't feel like I've heard that complaint, really. I mean, it's one of those complaints that would certainly be there if it happened, but I don't think I agree, Dave, that it's an obstacle. As crazy as that sounds, because I couldn't agree more. It's when I, admittedly, because I hadn't been there and I was a little dense on that fact. When I learned that, a couple of years back, it was obviously kind of had you shaking your head. Like, I mean, the Nuggets use, as the altitude as a marketing ploy. It's 5,280. It's on the court. You walk into the arena, but the whole premise and their framing is that, this is a major edge for us. So yeah, taking that up, not to go down the math road again, but 25, 30%, that would be quite the game changer.
Sam Amick joining us. Sam, I do want to talk to you about, ask a few things at least about the Kings, the up and down nature. I mean, this isn't new. This, what they did the last 2 days is kind of a snapshot of the season. They've got some really good wins. They've got the head scratching losses. I guess this is who they are, but when you kind of look at them and you see the ability to do what they did to Cleveland, but also that same equal ability to lose to some of these other teams, what's your, I guess, best explanation for that?
Yeah, explain it, Sam.
Yeah, in detail.
Yeah, I mean, I'm peeking. Anybody on YouTube can see me looking elsewhere. I'm peeking at the standings just to see the latest here. I mean, they're not in the clear by any means from a play-in sense yet. It seems close. How many games they have left? Like 11, 12?
12 or something.
Yeah,
13.
they're 35. They've played 69. So
13.
Yeah, 13.
13. More math. Good job, Dave.
Hey, thank you.
Yeah, I mean, the other night, no Levine. The Cleveland, I mean, given the Cavs their third straight loss, I was at that game. I don't know how to put my finger on it other than the Kings are not the most complicated team. That's not even a criticism, but offensively, especially when they have Levine, you're talking about so much, dynamic scoring on the wings, but not always in the same sort of systematic way that they had in the past when you had, Domas and Fox, high pick and rolls, spraying the ball, that type of thing. This is a different look. And, it is sometimes, I think, falls a little too prey, if that makes sense, to who's hot and who's not. And Levine has a bad night, against his old team. Kevin Huerter gets hot in his reunion game, and that's kind of it. The other night, Malik Monk against Cleveland is dynamic and doing good things, but it's just a little bit more about the hot hand on a consistent basis than it is kind of the offensive identity in the attack, if that makes sense.
Well, that's something we've been discussing, and I think if anybody had the answer, they'd be working for the team right now. We're all guessing, but I've kind of stuck with this idea that they're a good fantasy basketball team. I keep going back to that. They have at each position great talent, but the problem is the fit. And we've noticed that the Cavs game, they didn't have Levine, and they won. The Memphis game, they entirely won that game at the end of the first quarter when they went on this crazy run, and that was with DeMar DeRozan playing and Levine on the bench. And I think the same thing would have happened if DeRozan was on the bench and Levine was playing. I'm just not entirely sure that long-term Levine and DeRozan can share the floor and see success.
And I'm not even trying to be sarcastic, but it's very rare in this league when a team already has the kind of data that the Kings already have, meaning that, those guys did this in Chicago for years. Like, we know what it looks like. And it was fine, but it wasn't contending basketball. And those Bulls teams obviously went beyond DeMar and Zach, but they were, the biggest pieces of that pie. And these same questions got asked in Chicago. Fans had the same mixed emotions because for what it's worth, they're both good guys. They're both fun to watch. They're both, insanely talented. DeMar getting to 25,000 points is incredible, especially for a guy that doesn't really shoot threes as much as, folks of this era. But yeah, like, we've seen this before. We know the imperfect fit that comes with those two guys.
Sam, you said you're at the game the other night, the Cleveland game, and I think that one in particular was probably the best we've seen. Kings rookie Devin Carter, who, there's been more starts and stops with him, obviously with the injury that didn't get his career started the way he wanted to, but maybe playing finally a little bit better. Obviously he's not in any kind of rookie of the year talk or anything like that. That's not the suggestion here, but just as you've seen him develop a little bit, what do you see from him now, and where do you think that ceiling could be for him?
Yeah, I mean, that was, I don't think I'm off saying this, his best game of the year. And the type of thing that this time of year is, I think, great for a team that is still trying to figure out its long-term future. It's pretty important to have a guy like that actually make a mark. A two-way player. That dunk that he had showed some of that athleticism. I think it was over Dean Wade. But good stuff. He's still, and he's young, and I don't know who they're working with him or who's working with him in terms of his shot. He just has some jumpers that make you just shake your head a bit. Like, so I don't know, shooting coach wise, there's a lot of room for progress there, I'll say. But that's a guy that if you go to the first half of the year, when he was dealing with his injury and the Kings were dealing with all kinds of other stuff that didn't go their way, that was one of the marks against them was like, did they know how bad the injury was? You can't be missing on a pick that high, at this stage for the franchise. And so all in all, to have progress and have it swing back in a positive direction, I think is a pretty big deal for him and them if they can keep the momentum going there.
Sam Amick joining us, brought to you by Jiffy Lube. Check out The Athletic, both at theathletic.com and, of course, the app, which is the best place to not just curate your feed with your favorite authors and your favorite teams, but also get it in a very, very nice layout. No ads, nothing like that. Sam, you asked about the standings, and the Kings 35 and 34. They are 2.5 ahead of the Suns. They are also 2.5 ahead of the Mavericks. The difference there is the Suns have won 2 in a row, including a game few games ago where they beat Sacramento. The Mavericks have lost 4 in a row. The Mavericks have lost 9 of 10. I've used this analogy before, Sam. You're in our age group. Do you remember the movie Brewster's Millions with Richard Pryor?
I remember of it. I don't remember if I saw it.
The whole thing is his long lost uncle gave him $30 million as an inheritance. He was just he was a hanger on minor league pitcher. The catch was he could either take it and go, or he had to spend $30 million in 30 days. He couldn't tell anybody about it. He had to blow $30 million in 30 days and he'd get $300 million. My point is this. If you purposely were trying to completely tank a team and fan base, I'm not sure Dallas could have done any better than what Nico Harrison and that group have done, not just on purpose, but also the bad luck that has gone with it. And now you have guys like Mark Cuban and Dirk Nowitzki, foundations of the franchise, making remarks outside to the media that aren't that great. I'm going to ask you what the situation is in Dallas. It's obviously crap, but what's your read on that whole thing?
It's crazy because I hear you, but I would remind you, and I don't remember who their opponent was, that if you talk about just this version of the Mavericks being competitive and being title contenders, potentially, what's crazy is that they got like 3 quarters with Anthony Davis and Kyrie and Klay Thompson and that group before AD got hurt after the trade. And they were dynamic. AD looked great. I obviously strongly, like so many others, disagree with the decision that was the trade. But to your point, the luck, the bad luck is what has taken this thing to just a whole different level, because the AD injury, the Kyrie injury, everything from there, because it was already such a short-term prospect. It was an internal decision that we don't trust Luka anymore. And, their owner, Patrick Dumont, talked about this last week. He highlighted the trade deadline a year ago. And the way I heard his comments was he was almost acting like, yeah, Luka helped us get to the finals a little bit. But if you remember, we weren't really contenders until the trade deadline when we added defensive players in PJ Washington and Daniel Gafford. His mentality seemed to be that's when he was convinced, with his GM, Nico Harrison, telling him this, that we need an all the way in defensive identity. And that's what they did. And obviously it was a foolhardy decision that's probably going to go down as one of the worst trades of all time. Because now, we all know AD's not Mr. Availability. They're going to have to pay him down the road. So it's going down an awful road, but it's crazy how you had this little sliver at the start where I could see that they thought they were going to be really good right now.
Well, and that's, Sam, just to follow up, that's my big problem with it. I think that's a lot of people's big problems. It's, first off, I can see, if I tilt my head and squint, I can see their logic. Okay, you don't want to deal with Luka Doncic anymore. You want off that train. Okay, I may not agree with it, but I can at least understand it and acknowledge I don't know the inside story like they do. But you mentioned luck, and yes, Kyrie Irving was bad luck. Here's the thing about Anthony Davis, though. It's like if I put on a bunch of Michigan gear and I go to Columbus, Ohio during Ohio State, Michigan week, and I walk around at the bars at 1 a.m., at some point, somebody's probably going to take a swing at me. It doesn't make it right, but I also kind of created my own luck there. They traded for a guy whose nickname is literally street clothes, and shockingly, he got injured, which isn't fair, but it is what happened, and it's not like it wasn't semi-predictable. My main thing, Sam, and I think everybody else's, is, dude, you have a piece like Luka Doncic, which is arguably the most valuable player traded in his prime in a generation or two, and you did a secret squirrel dance with Nico Harrison with maybe we hear a whisper to Minnesota about Anthony Edwards. How the hell do you not basically say bidding's open and take the best deal? That's my big problem with what Nico did.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to argue with you, buddy. I mean, there's a picture, I don't know what year, where it's Kobe Bryant, with Nico Harrison in the background, and AD, a young AD, is in the picture as well. Now, Nico, for anybody listening who doesn't know, was a high-ranking Nike executive before this job. And I've written this, and again, I'm big on, like, I enjoy explaining situations to people, not like endorsing them, just helping you understand why.
Nailed the Steph Curry presentation with Nike too, by the way.
Yes. And the reality is that Nico has a pretty limited kind of basketball worldview, I think, that is shaped by his Nike experience, where he's got his guys, and it does feel and appear, and there's a lot of people who believe this, that this is like, a lot of this is just the interpersonal dynamics. He and AD, going back to those days of Kobe and Nike and everything, he and AD are very close. He thinks, kind of in a vacuum, he might think that AD is a better player than Luka. So he went after AD. There's a lot of chatter that he's going to go after KD this summer, another Nike guy with Kevin Durant, and just go for the known commodity early 30s NBA superstar team is what he is after. Sure. And again, we've recapped all this in the past, but like Luka, meanwhile, was not kind of in lockstep with the organization in terms of his habits on and off the court. Culturally, they felt like their priorities were different. They obviously wanted a defensive identity, all those things. So, yeah, I mean, they did it. It's crazy. We've never had a trade like this where, I mean, what is it, like 7 weeks now? And we're still dissecting it with our hands on the air. Like, what the hell? Like, it's.
We've been doing that for years, dude.
You're right. Well, on the premise of what you said, Sam, like just kind of the logic behind it is like, look, what they saw for AD, the half that he was healthy, looked really good. But let's just imagine, and he's working out, maybe coming back, if they get that glimpse. So let's just kind of picture that version of the Mavs before this season wraps up, and the current version of the Suns. Those are the likely teams the Kings would face in this 9-10 scenario. What do you think would be a better option for the Kings? What we see now with the Suns on a night-to-night basis, or that potential of the Mavs?
No, I would personally go for the potential of the Mavs. No question.
As a better matchup, or
better matchup.
Okay,
better matchup. Yeah. I mean, now I'm cheating looking at the Suns. I mean, they've won 3 out of 4.
Look at their next 10 though, is brutal who they play.
Well, right. But matchup wise, I'm just saying that.
Yeah.
Well, because the Mavericks are going to have to play like 3 guys in the playoffs, apparently.
The Suns probably beat the Kings. They just that's my take.
But even if it's like Gafford's back and Lively and AD with Clay with Din, I mean they're still hurt, but I wonder about that version of that team.
Well, what are the timelines there? I should know these things, Jay. I'm being delinked here.
I just know that AD's kind of been working out again, or back, like doing some practices with I don't know if he's coming back there. They might even be talking, is that the best for the team to do?
Yeah, that's the thing, is I have not been under the impression that they were going to be fully healthy. If you're talking about that fully healthy version, then Dallas is a better team. Yeah. I don't anticipate that happening. I mean, I do actually, again, I go back to that opening thing. If Kyrie doesn't get hurt, if AD doesn't get hurt, like, I actually think it could have been a crazy storyline, because after all the criticism they took on the Luka trade, I could have seen Dallas making a very deep playoff run. That's not going to happen now. I don't think it's in their best interest to bring AD back. So yeah, I mean, the Kings should hope they see Dallas in that play-in.
Yeah. Guys, let's just be honest. The most likely scenario, they're going to slip to 10. They'll beat Phoenix. They'll beat the Clippers, and then take the Thunder out in 3, and then
and
then lose in the second round. That's just who the hell this team is. Sam,
game series now.
Yeah, exactly. Take them out. Remember,
they're
it's
that good.
They are that free. Oklahoma will they'll throw their hands up. Sam, appreciate you. Thank you so much for coming on. Normally, just remember, Sam is our 8 a.m. guest on Thursdays, but a little recreational Amick family picnic this week, and we support those family times very, very much. So we got Friday, Sam. We appreciate you. Now we only have to wait 6 days to talk to you again, my man.
Love it. Thank you, boys. Have a great day.
Take care. We'll take a break. When we come back, we got to do it. And we love the segment We just like it more after wins. Kings Rewind coming up next.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Paul George went up and caught the ball. Touchdown!
The 49ers play on Sacktown Sports 1140.
Coach Doug Christie here for your truck headquarters, reminding you that every deal at Folsom Lake Ford is a slam dunk. Shop all your favorite models on sale now, including America's best-selling truck for over 47 years, Ford F-Series, plus a huge selection of Broncos, Bronco Sports, and all of Ford's award-winning SUVs at FolsomLakeFord.com. Listen, I know a great play when I see one. And if you want to save on a new Ford, you got to drive the lane straight to Folsom Lake Ford in the Folsom Auto Mall. Right now, buy any new Ford with zero down on approval of credit. Save big with low interest financing. And Folsom Lake Ford always pays top dollar for your trade. So hurry to Folsom Lake Ford, a 6-time Triple Crown winner for sales and service excellence. That's why they're my trusted dealer, and they should be yours too. Tell them Coach Doug Christie sent you, or shop them online at FolsomLakeFord.com.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Whitey here, reminding you that not all grills are created equal. When buying a new grill, every detail matters. For March, grab a $149 gift with purchase of every new Napoleon Prestige stainless steel grill, including a pizza lover starter kit and much more. More March savings include up to $79 off Rogue models. Napoleon grills are built different, built better, built to last, with a lifetime warranty and premium stainless steel that boasts quality. See how Napoleon will help you achieve the perfect grilling experience. Visit Green Acres Nursery today with your best selection of Napoleon grills and accessories.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our number one priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda. Yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Meanwhile at Xfinity.
Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary. Not guaranteed.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sacktown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SacktownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater. Tom's Watch Bar has the best happy hour in Sacramento, starting with $5 specials all day, every day. Plus select $7 appetizers and $12 entrees. With 360-degree viewing and game day vibes that match being at the game. Tom's Watch Bar is the ultimate game day experience for sports fans.
The Amish have a reputation for craftsmanship, determination, and quality. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. You know, those virtues sound quite similar to the Keys family and the day-to-day values on display at Naturewood. The Amish furniture craftsmanship begins with the finest hardwood, shaping and molding the raw materials into one-of-a-kind art. In addition to the classic styles long sought and revered by discriminating furniture lovers, Naturewood Home Furnishings offers a vast selection that includes transitional, modern, farmhouse, arts and crafts, and other stunning styles, all available in the ultimate Amish standard of excellence built over centuries. All Naturewood Amish furniture is on sale right now for a limited time. Let the Naturewood team guide you through their selection of Amish furniture that will be with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings, off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Sacktown Sports is bringing you the biggest live events in town. Whether you're rocking out or dancing the night away, check out the Sacktown Sports live events calendar. Get ready for an epic night out. Papa Roach and Rise Against take over Golden One Center March 29th. That same night, comedy legends Jay Leno and Arsenio Hall bring the laughs to Hard Rock Live Sacramento. Get ready to laugh your socks off. And for all you country fans, Lee Bryce and Walker Hayes hit Ironstone Amphitheater June 21st. Then head to Santa Rosa for Country Summer with Sam Hunt, Kane Brown, and Dustin Lynch June 27th through the 29th. Then back to one of the most beautiful venues as Parker McCollum takes the stage August 16th at Ironstone Amphitheater in Murphys, California. Don't miss out. Find more info and score your chance to win tickets at sacktownsports.com. Again, get all the details on the hottest events happening in town and your chance to win tickets at sacktownsports.com.
All guests come to you from the Folsom Lake Honda hotline. Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
On Sacktown Sports.
Got another Friday delivery. Perfect timing. We had a nice break. Shout out to wherever this place is. Good sandwiches.
Shout out to Dave for getting these.
Yeah, I offered to do it. You did.
You did. Oh, my pleasure. You guys put up with me all week. My question, Chris, is this. I just Venmo'd you. If memory serves me correct, why is it $19 cheaper than it was last time? Are you playing games?
No, it's actually more than last time.
I thought it was 61 last time.
That was the first one that we went to.
Oh, I got you. See, math.
Yeah.
It's what's for dinner.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's my mistake. Yeah, $19.
King's Rewind time starts right now. Or now. Or how about now? Now? I'm not gonna sing because I have a full mouth.
Well, the Sacramento Kings were looking to build on some serious momentum as they took out the Grizzlies, then shocked the Cavs with the win of the season.
All I do is win, 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 no matter what.
Up.
Down.
Thursday, the Chicago Bulls paid a visit to Golden One Center as they were on a second night of a back-to-back and didn't have Lonzo Ball or Josh Giddey.
Chicago, 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 Illinois.
The game featured former Bulls DeMar DeRozan and Zach LaVine playing their old team, while former King Kevin Huerter was making his first return back to Sacramento.
Kevin, you're such a disease.
Oh,
Please clap.
you liked him.
The
Did you hear what he said after the game?
The Bulls jumped out to a hot start, making their first 6 shots of the game.
This motherfucker don't miss.
Well, speaking of hot, Malik Monk lit up the Bulls, making his first 4 threes of the game and 15 points in the opening quarter.
I'm a pizza guy.
That's right. Malik wasn't the only one on fire from downtown. Coming off the bench, Trey Lyles connected on 4 threes in the first 12 minutes as well.
He was an unlikely rebel. And to me, he's our greatest Canadian.
That's right.
Yep. All told, Sacramento scored 39 points in the first quarter and opened up an 11-point lead.
Stop me now. I'm having such a good time. I'm having a ball.
And that's where it ends.
That's it.
Right.
There's your rewind.
Congratulations, Kings. But wait, there's more.
There is more. In the second quarter, the lead would expand to 19 points at 59-40, and it was looking like the Beam would most certainly make an appearance.
Everything really wrapped up nicely. Much quicker than usual.
Well, the Kings couldn't extend the lead, and in fact, at the half, it was only 9, though it felt like it should have been a lot more.
You can never catch me. Oh, I could never catch you. Well, if you did, I'd activate my car's wings and fly away.
Kings killer Colby White was oddly quiet in the first half with just 1 made field goal and only 4 points.
Yes, a little too quiet, if you know what I mean.
I'm afraid I don't.
Well, he quickly woke up in the second half, and the Kings couldn't stop him.
Don't call me worthless. I'm trying my best.
As for the Kings, or as for the guys facing their former teams, DeMar DeRozan did his typical thing, ending with 22 points.
I'm glad D-Rose came home. Y'all didn't deserve him neither.
Zach LaVine, who missed Wednesday's game for personal reasons, seemed off and disconnected all night long.
Yeah.
As for Kevin Huerter, well, he got a nice ovation before the game and got his revenge by the end, hitting big three-pointers and some daggers in the fourth.
Starting to like this guy. Just kidding. I still hate you.
Wow.
The Kings defense completely fell apart in the second half as the Bulls caught the Kings, went right past the Kings, and won by double digits.
Kids, would you step outside for a second?
Dear Lord, that's the loudest profanity I've ever heard.
Chicago had a 31-point turnaround as the Kings matched the Detroit game from earlier in the season as their largest blown lead of 19 points.
Oh, good for you.
Not good.
Yeah, the Kings go from the thrill of victory to the agony of defeat. Next up, the gauntlet and homestand continues as it's a battle with the Bucks tomorrow night.
In fact, isn't Milwaukee an Indian name? Yes, Pete, it is. Actually, it's pronounced Milwaukee, which is Algonquin for the good land.
I was not aware of that.
Does this guy know how to party? And there you go. Now you know what happened.
You know what? Win or lose, you bring it every day.
Yeah, we're there. Good job,
appreciate
Chris.
you guys for doing that. I hate it when they lose.
I know. It would have been, I mean, the way it was going, it would have been such a nice Friday with 3 in a row leading into Milwaukee, some hopes there. And you're like, hey, you know, maybe.
Oh, what's great is we even got to rest our players.
Yeah, and maybe 8th can happen.
Maybe. Stranger things have.
Right. Look, if they keep, what if they do like a 6-1 homestand?
They honestly, I've been pulling for them like right now. Because remember, I said 5-12 for March. They're at 5 wins,
5 and 6,
and so like I'm excited for them to get to 6.
Yeah,
like
last night was it. Should have been.
That was it.
Been ahead of the pace, doing some really good things, keeping the pressure on the teams above, keeping the teams behind you, like distantly behind you.
And so the logical thing. Well, let's just go by what Vegas will say.
Okay.
Vegas will not have this team favored against the Bucks tomorrow night.
No, I wouldn't think so.
Okay. They certainly won't be favored against Boston.
No.
They will 100% not be favored against Oklahoma City.
Then that would be 4 losses in a row.
So if that were 4 losses in a row, that now I still think they'd be favored over Portland at home.
I think
I think it would be like 2.5.
Right.
And then you're at Orlando. I could see Kings 1.5, Orlando 1.5, just because. Sure. And I think a lot of that depends on that Portland game. Mm-hmm. And then Indiana, they will not be favored in Indiana. So even like I know I say worst case scenario. Worst case scenario is they lose their next 6 in a row.
Oof.
But even if you throw one, they just have to win. Not that I'm saying, by the way, that 6 and 11 is good.
Right.
But if they win 1, they can get past that 5-12 mark. And I'm looking at this and I'm going, okay, it should be Portland and Orlando that are your 2 best. But how much would you, if I were to tell you right now, Jason, they're going to win 1 of Milwaukee, Boston, or OKC, would you doubt it?
No, I wouldn't doubt it.
I have no logical reason to believe that.
Yeah, but I wouldn't pick it.
But right, yes.
Yeah. But like that's what this team is. I wouldn't doubt it.
Wouldn't shock me.
Yeah. What's the 5 wins in the month?
The 5 wins are Memphis, Cleveland, San Antonio, at Dallas, at Houston.
There's 3 pretty good wins in
there. Yeah, there are. There's 3 pretty good wins. And listen, even I understand there's 3 pretty good wins there, and there's a 6-point stupid refs loss at Denver and a 1-point OT loss at the red hot Clippers.
But the San Antonio and Dallas wins, I'm not giving them as good. They're wins, but that's what Chicago should have been.
Yes.
That's what it should have been.
How the hell do you beat Houston, Memphis, and Cleveland and lose to Chicago? When, by the way, we had 2 guys having revenge games. Is it the heart? Is it their soul? Is it their inner drive for success? I don't know. I can tell you one thing that never blows a lead, and that's a Ram Truck Month sales event going on right now at Hoblet Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram. Unlike our basketball team, there's no hidden surprises with Hoblet. For example, if you go to hobletdodge.com, the price you see is the price you pay. And with it being Ram Truck Sales Event Month, that means discounts right now up to $17.5 off MSRP on new 2025 Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab 4x4s. And they don't just have like two. You know, like when you used to get they advertise a deal on a Cabbage Patch Kid, not a Hoblet. And you'd show up looking for the Cabbage Patch Kid, and they only had two of those available. These aren't like Black Friday deals. What a dated reference for me. No, they got a bunch. Northern California's biggest selection with over 50 new Rams available. Sorry, I misread that. With over 100. Nope, misread that again. They have over 500 brand new Rams available. That's just ridiculous. Imagine walking down a line of 500 Ram trucks all lined up. You're going to be walking for a while. When you shop Hoblet, you become part of the family. Big city savings, small town customer service. Not just the Ram trucks as well with the savings. 200 vehicles at the Hoblet Certified Pre-Owned Super Center and over 30 under $20,000. Unbeatable prices, unbeatable selection. Nobody beats Hoblet, period. We'll take a break. When we come back, who's hot, who's not? We'll recap 3 in the key, and we'll drop a 3 in the key for the Kings and Bucks as well. Don't miss it. It's coming up next.
Keegan Murray plays here.
Keegan scores another three-pointer. Keegan Murray knocking it down for 23 points. Snatch De'Aaron Fox for game scoring honors.
Sacktown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Gain Super Flings are here to take your laundry to the next level.
Talking about Gain Super Flings. Super-sized laundry packs. These things are huge. Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings laundry packs have 4 times the Oxy cleaning power and 3 times the Febreze freshness versus Gain Original Liquid.
Super fresh, super clean. Gain Super Flings.
Gain Super Flings for next level laundry.
Check engine light on? Take the guesswork out of your check engine light with O'Reilly Veriscan. It's free. Ask for O'Reilly Veriscan today.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Go from daydreamer to industry leader with Amazon Business. From office supplies to IT essentials, Amazon Business provides tools that help you save costs and make insight-based decisions. Learn how to bring your visions to life at AmazonBusiness.com.
Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event ends soon. Hit the road or trail in a powerful new Toyota truck with unstoppable performance and legendary reliability. Hurry in for a low lease on 2024 Tacoma or get low financing or incredible $3,000 cash back on 2025 Tundra. Or check out the all-new redesigned 2025 4Runner. Don't miss Toyota's Ready, Set, Go sales event. Toyota, let's go places. APR offer available through TFS to buyers with premium rated credit. Cashback available through TMNA and cannot be combined with other offers. Ends 3/31/25.
As seen on Crazy Rich Asians, Silicon Valley, and more, it's Jimmy O Yang, Big and Tall Tour.
She was like, babe, what's your love language? I'm like, what? A love language could be words of affirmation. I was raised by Asian parents. Their love language is verbal abuse.
Saturday, April 12th, the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss them, Sacramento. Jimmy O Yang, Big and Tall Tour.
It's March, and you're in luck because at Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, they're slam dunking the competition with unbeatable deals on overhead doors. Hey there, Jason Ross here, and whether you're upgrading your home just like we did or need a reliable, secure garage door, they've got the perfect match for you. And March is the perfect time for a fresh start. Take your home to the next level with high-quality doors that stand strong, look amazing, and are installed by trusted professionals. The winning results we got is more than we could have asked for, and you can do the same. So visit overheaddoorofsacramento.com today and check out their showroom as well. And when you do, mention me, Jason Ross, or Sacktown Sports, and find out about the $150 off a new garage door with the purchase of a garage door opener. Your dream door, just like us, is a click away. You can call them at 916-421-3747
Overhead Door Company of Sacramento, the genuine, the original overhead door. Always look for the red ribbon logo.
What's hot and what's not. Brought to you by American Energy Heat and Air, making the uncomfortable comfortable. Head to AmericanEnergyAir.com to find out more.
What's hot?
Yeah, hot. Real hot. And what's not?
It's not good. Brought to you by American Energy Heating and Air, Sacramento's complete heating and cooling company, and second opinion partner.
Who is hot?
Kobe White.
Oh,
thanks, Chris.
We talked about his 35-point game, 31 coming in the second half, but this isn't unusual for him. He is currently on an 11-game, 20-point or more scoring streak so far.
Oh, I don't like that. He's hot. But speaking of White, did you hear Jack White's coming to town, by the way, just an aside?
Really?
Jack White is for 2 shows at this new venue. I think it's at the Ice Blocks. It's called like 21st Chapter or Chapter 20. If somebody's going to know, there's some new mid-sized venue going on. I think tickets went on sale yesterday, but Jack White of the White Stripes. And, well, I mean, let's be honest. White Stripes is Jack White. You know, Jack White's a genius. Coming to town for a small venue show right here. Not 1, but 2, Jason Ross.
Channel 24?
Channel 24. There you go.
Better Jack White or Jack Black?
Jack White.
Am I taking into account like everything or just musically, are you asking?
Well, not musically.
Okay, yeah.
Even though Jack Black's pretty
Jack
talented.
Black is incredibly talented musically. I'm a huge Tenacious D guy. Oh, God. I don't like that question, dude, at all. I think they're both geniuses.
Okay.
I really do. I'm going to think about that. Can I get back to you?
Yeah.
I'm really going to think about that a lot today. Jack Black obviously has the larger body of work. You know, his mom's actually a rocket scientist. True story.
Jack Black.
What'd I say?
Yeah, you said.
Jack Black. Yeah. But Jack White is an icon.
And Jack Black's not?
No.
I mean, Jack White wrote the most popular guitar riff in the world right now was written by Jack White, Seven Nation Army. And did a lot of other things, too.
Jumanji, School of Rock.
Jack White wasn't in Jumanji. Oh, you're talking about Jack Black.
The Cable Guy.
Mm-hmm. Holiday.
Ooh, that, you know what? That might be today. I'm going to put that out as a poll.
You're welcome.
Better Jack White. Oh, by the way, Mount Jackmore, Nicholson, White, Black,
Nicholas,
and the Beanstalk. Does and the Beanstalk make it? No. In the Box,
Jumping,
E-Moon,
Sun Brown,
Knife,
Knife Jack,
Car.
Yes. Shut up, Chris.
Cheese.
Ooh.
Or Colby
or Pepper.
Oh.
We went from Colby White. He's brought all the way around.
Yes.
Colby White to Colby Jack.
Yeah.
What a great year for both. All right. By the way, one other Who's Hot. Why do we have a show? The other Who's Hot. I wanted to wait I didn't want to steal this from you, but I saved this from earlier. Last night, when the first good thing that happened to a Drake in a long time happened to Drake University, the old Bulldogs, they used 8 players in the win over Missouri. All 8 are in their very first year at Drake. They're the first team in NCAA tournament history to ever win a game using only players in their first year enrolled at the school.
Wow.
That's pretty good.
That's going to happen more often.
Well, who's not then?
The Miami Heat.
Oh, yeah.
On Wednesday, they lost their 9th game in a row against the Pistons, 116-113. But hey, there's a chance that could end tonight. They are going to be playing the Houston Rockets, who are the hottest team in the league, winning 8 in a row.
Yeah. Well, hey, you know what? We've all got problems, Pat Riley. We got our own problems over here on the West Coast.
That's right.
You know, and Will Smith never wrote a song about Sacramento.
Not yet.
Not yet. Still could happen.
The Rock did.
Get your city's name out your mouth. Right? No? Okay. 3 in the key from last night. Let's go. What we thought last night would be fun with Kevin Huerter coming back in the Bulls. Not very good. But then we actually played the game, and boy, what do you know? The Kings are total failures. Was that too hard? That's too harsh. Not total failures. Well, they were last night.
Yeah.
Don't call me worthless. I'm trying my best.
First category.
Yeah.
Back to our new favorite, total dunks. Dave, you went with 9. I went with 7. Chris went with 10. I was keeping track during the game. Patrick Williams. Keegan Murray in the second quarter with dunks. Valanciunas, Lyles in the third quarter. Zach LaVine in the fourth. That's where it ends. 6.
6.
Chase Ross.
Jason Ross. By the way, I'd like to publicly apologize. How could I do this? Mount Jackmore? I'm terrible. Let's just put it this way. If it wasn't for a certain Jack, I wouldn't be sitting here today.
Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
My dad.
Yeah.
Oh.
My own personal Jack Moore. He's definitely he's your number one, Dad. Both my dad and my mom texted me. It's right there.
Yeah.
By the way, thanks for listening.
How about son Ross?
That's 100%. How did you? Right. So Mount Jackmore. Jack, my dad.
Yeah.
Jackson Ross.
Okay, let's go to the next category. We asked for Kevin Huerter, DeMar DeRozan, and Zach LaVine playing against their old teams, their point total. Let's start with Huerter. Dave, you said 12 for Huerter. I said 14. Chris said 8. He had 25.
Yeah, he did really well.
I was closest there. We said DeMar DeRozan. Dave, you said 26. I said 22. Chris said 23. I got it right on. He had 22.
Hey, well done.
I'm guessing now your parents are regretting texting you.
No, I can promise you right now my parents are wondering why I'm laughing.
Yeah.
They have no idea.
And then Zach LaVine. Dave, you said 22. I said 30. Chris said 24. Dave, you're the closest. He had disappointing 8.
I'm the best.
You're the best.
Oh.
All right, the random stat. Dave, you said Vucevic would have a 20-point double-double. He had a 20-point double-double, 24, 14, and 8.
Thank you, Mount Vucevic more.
What?
Mount Vucevic more.
Okay. I said the Kings will have 100 points or more after 3 quarters, and I thought that was in the bag.
In the
and then
bag.
They fell apart. They were down 92-89.
Stupids.
And then Chris said the Tune would make a 3-pointer. He was 0 for 0.
Oh, June.
But we have another game tomorrow.
Hey, speaking of who's hot, while we're talking about all this Kings failure, not all Kings failure, because guess what, ladies and gentlemen, in an hour and 4 minutes, there will be a jump ball, and if at the end of 48 the Stockton Kings come away with a W, they clinch a playoff spot. Ladies and gentlemen, your Stockton Kings. Yeah, the real Kings. Maybe they should switch them. Move the Stockton Kings to Golden One Center. Move these Kings down to
We want winners.
Wherever it is.
Okay.
Back to you, Jason.
All right, here we go. We're going to go back to this for tomorrow night's game, Dave. The first King to score and the last King to score.
Malik Monk. And I'll say Jake LaRavia.
Okay, I'm going to go with Monk as well and DeRozan. Chris?
Zach LaVine and Keegan Murray.
Okay, and then next, largest lead Milwaukee, largest lead Kings.
Largest lead Kings, 6. Largest lead Milwaukee, 16.
I have 10 for the Bucks, 7 for the Kings.
Kings 5, Bucks 22.
Wow.
Chris'
Jeez.
turn.
Hate much?
And then random stat. You're picking for tomorrow night's game.
I feel good this weekend, guys. I feel it. I honestly feel it. It's going to happen. And what better place for it to happen than Milwaukee, who also have a center that can shoot threes. Give me the Tune 3-pointer.
Okay, you got it.
3-point Tune.
I have the Kings will win 2 challenges on Saturday.
Wow.
The reviews.
Will one of those challenges be the game? That would be nice.
Chris?
We will have a half-court shot made in the building.
Oh, so close last night with a fan. We had a shooter. He missed free throws in and out. Then he made the free throw, made the 3, went back half court, launched it. We're like, ooh, that's good.
Oh, come on.
Front rim.
Just some, I know we got, hey, just some quick clearance, Chris. Is that a half-court shot by anyone, player or fan?
Yes.
Okay, so any half-court shot counts. All right. We'll take a break. When we come back, let's get some post-game Kings Bulls. We'll replay for you. I know. Well, I'm going to replay this Kevin Huerter clip as well because he was pretty Kevin Huerter-y. And then we'll get to some March Madness and then Celebrity Birthdays, Friday Fun and Games without Alan Stiles, who may make an appearance on Celebrity Birthdays. Though, yeah, exactly. We're back after this.
Saturday night, Kings and Bucks. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 5:30. Tip off at 7.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
I didn't ask to be thrown in the streets with nowhere to go. I didn't think I'd survive. But I did ask for help, and Covenant House was there for me.
1 in 10 young adults will experience a form of homelessness this year. For these kids who didn't ask to be put in this unthinkable situation, Covenant House is there.
Covenant House helped me break the cycle of homelessness in my family. They gave me the love that I needed.
Over 2,000 young people will sleep safely in a Covenant House bed tonight. When youth who are experiencing homelessness have a hot meal, a safe place to sleep, medical care, and love, they can overcome heartbreaking challenges and have a brighter future.
They just really genuinely just wanted to help me succeed, and I'm succeeding. I'm a speaker, I'm an author. Covenant House really helped me and really helped mold me into the woman I am today.
If you or someone you love is asking for help, go to safeplacetosleep.org today.
Seems everything costs more these days. Gas, groceries, and when's the last time you checked your wireless bill? Yikes. When it comes to big wireless, if you're staying, you may be overpaying. Here's how to get the same fast, reliable nationwide coverage without the big wireless bill. Switch to Consumer Cellular. Plans start at just $20 a month, and that's not a short-term promo. Our U.S.-based experts will get you switched and saving in about 20 minutes. Call 1-888-FREEDOM or visit consumercellular.com and start saving today. Plans include $5 credit for auto pay and e-billing.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
Order for Jennifer C. Is this my double shot, double cream, double froth, double pump, double whip, double sleeve? Yeah. Can you handle that much caffeine? Did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year? Oh, really? That's great. Seriously, did you know Discover automatically doubles all the cash back you've earned at the end of your first year? Yeah, you just said that. Did you say I just said that? Yeah, I'm cutting you off. I can't have any more? Why not?
You earn, we match. Discover Cashback Match. See terms at discover.com/credit card.
Pro Savings Days are back at Lowe's with limited time savings on the supplies pros need. Get up to 40% off select major appliances. Plus, save an additional $100 on every $1,000 you spend on select major appliances. And don't miss your chance to activate and earn 3 times the points on select DeWalt and Klein tools. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 3/28. Selection varies by location. While supplies last. See associate or Lowe's.com for more details on qualifying items.
Mike Rowe here with a quick question. Have you noticed cracks in your drywall, chimney, or exterior walls? I hope not, because if you have, they could be indications that you've got a much bigger problem with your foundation. That's where Groundworks comes in. They can honestly assess your situation and create a plan to stabilize your foundation. Schedule your free inspection at groundworks.com/row. And while you're there, check out my latest dirty job. It's a good one.
Licensed in all states where work is performed. See website for details.
Come check out Capital Casino, Sacramento's #1 poker room with the most variety of table games in the region in a safe and friendly environment. Plenty of well-lit parking available, conveniently located in downtown Sacramento. And remember, Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. 411 North 16th Street in downtown Sacramento. For more information, log on to capital-casino.com and please gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHTK-HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios. Sacktown Sports 1140. The Carmichael Dave Show.
He's on the microphone when he's not on the microphone. He's playing a song, and when he's not playing a song, he's on the microphone, and then boom.
With Jason Ross.
No, he didn't. Yes, he did.
Call or text at 916-339-1140.
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross on Sacktown Sports.
All right, we start the final hour of the show. I think maybe Dave had to call his dad. Who knows? To clear things up. We'll find out. Did you have to call Jack?
Maybe. How do you forget your own dad? Jeez. I'm going to wear that for a while. He's probably going to send me a link to the Cats in the Cradle video. He likes to do that. Yeah, here's the key, son. Told you it'd be that way. Quick note before we get into the post-game reaction. Guys, I've been invited. You guys know my love. I think all of our love for Gym Boys. So I've been invited. I don't know if the details are public yet. I'll just keep it light. To be a contestant. Because I specifically said, am I a judge? No. Great, because I'd rather be a contestant. It's a build a burrito contest. All the ingredients are provided. You bring one surprise ingredient, and then I'm assuming you make it, or they make it, I don't know. And then it's judged. The winner gets $300 in Gym Boys Taco.
Hey.
Ooh.
Do you know what I mean? And let me just say right now publicly.
Keep that arm down.
Publicly. If I win, I will take all $300. I will spend it on Gym Boys here, and I'll invite everybody to come eat it.
Yeah.
Well, that's how we'll make a more, you know what? Gym Boys breakfast.
Yes.
Nothing says breakfast like a bunch of them tacos down the old gullet.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's your secret ingredient?
That's what I'm kind of obsessing on, and I've been obsessing on because you've got all your normal ingredients. Okay. But then what would the secret ingredient be?
I think you need to practice.
At a Gym Boys?
If it's something like you said, do you just give them the ingredients and they make it, or is it you're going to make it? You know what your biggest Achilles heel is going to be?
Folding it.
Yeah.
No, I it's got to be they make. It's got to be like I say this, and this, or either that, or I'm bringing in. I need to find out if they'll let me bring in a stunt roller. somebody that comes in who has experience rolling burritos and can make it nice and tight and tapered at both ends, type of thing. But I'm thinking like, gosh, do I go for maybe, I don't know if they have shrimp, but I'm like, well, do I do something like that where I do like a shrimp based one, and maybe my secret ingredient is like lime zest or something in there?
I gotta have lime there.
Yeah, I would think. Or do I go traditional and use whatever? And then my secret ingredient, I'm thinking like, gosh, is there like a cinnamon or a nutmeg, something that people are gonna go, what is that? That's different type of. I've really been obsessed about it.
I would take two
secret ingredients.
Yes, one which you want to win. But what if you get there and just like, geez, these guys are going to blow me away.
Right.
Just like that.
So you tank?
No, take a ghost pepper. Just take everyone out.
It is a secret ingredient.
Yeah.
Okay, that's not the worst idea I've ever heard. No, it's not.
Terrible.
Why? It's a secret ingredient. It's food. And what I would do is I would like mash it in one of the mortar and pestles and then mix it into the sauce. So and then you just, you know what my secret ingredient is? Pain. Fire. You know what? Enjoy this burrito now and for the next 2 days.
Yikes.
Okay.
Jason, that's terrible.
You'd want to eat that secretly?
No.
No, but like if I'm going to lose, I'm taking everyone with me.
Wow.
I want to make sure they never do this contest again.
So it is terrible.
This is why Reddit hates me. Right there.
You?
Yeah.
He said
they should hate him more than me.
Yeah.
With that comment I just made, it sounds like it came directly from Reddit.
Mark comes in here, Mark Nash, every few weeks. I thought this was a sports chat. You guys are talking about Jim Boy's, which is the best Mexican restaurant in Sacramento since '88. I don't know if that's a criticism or a compliment.
I'm not sure either.
Started out as a criticism, rolled into a compliment.
I don't think Jim Boy's gets the loves that it deserves.
I couldn't agree more. You know what?
Like, it needs to be like Sutter's Fort, Jim Boy's Tacos.
When's the last time you guys had Jim Boy's?
Maybe a couple months ago.
I would say 3 months ago.
Oh,
maybe 4.
So, okay.
In the last year, there's a Jim Boy's by Denayos. It's like the old school one that I'll go to sometimes. I'm going to rely, and then we'll move on here. I'm going to rely a little bit on your Latin roots, Chris, here, because I want to make a comparison, but I want to make sure it's culturally correct. Tell me if this is in the ballpark. I feel like Mikuni is to native Japanese what Jim Boy's is to some hardcore traditionalist from the Latin group. And what I mean by that is this. I know for a fact that, like, Taro's told me before that some people, like, they legit think that, like, because Mikuni's has, like, all these sauces and everything and stuff, that, like, it's insulting the fish. Like, you're supposed to not do that and not overpower the fish. And I feel like Jim Boy's sometimes gets the rap, and I could be wrong in the Latin communities, being almost like an Americanized.
Well, I would say it's Californian. It's a very Californian
because of the
taco.
cheese mainly, right? Yeah, exactly. And it's like
cheese and lettuce.
But it's like, but it tastes so good. It tastes so good. You ever hold a Jim Boy's tacos above your head and just let the grease drip into your mouth? I haven't either.
Or you open it from the paper and it's completely see-through. You can see everything in the tacos.
Everything in there.
It's a very distinct smell too.
You talking about before or after?
No,
yes.
You can. I'm like, someone has Jim Boy's.
100%. I get Jim Boy's, like there used to be a drive-through in Carmichael on Fair Oaks near the Burger King, and man, I drive through there, come home with some Jim Boy's. Maybe had a night out with the buddies. They used to have 99-cent taco Sundays. Oh, we would house those tacos and their sauce. Oh,
not bad cold either.
They're not as good cold, but there are advantages because the grease cools and it makes it more of a maneuverable taco.
I would say it's like pizza. Like, cold pizza is good. It's not the same as when it was freshly made, but it's good on a different level.
Yeah, I would say cold Jim Boy's greater than sign, for example, cold Taco Bell. Cold Taco Bell.
Get out of here.
I know, I'm with you, man.
No, get out of here.
No, is it time to go?
Just about.
Congratulations to DeMar DeRozan, 25,000 points.
That's really amazing, honestly.
It honestly is.
That night, that was pretty cool.
Only active player, with 25,000 or more points with under 1,000 career 3-pointers. But he would have 3,000 if he was one shoe size smaller. I want to get to this Kevin Huerter clip again. Thanks to Matt George. I'm stealing his video here. The media likes to build up revenge games. Well, did Kevin Huerter agree?
I think a big deal about revenge games. Was there the revenge narrative, the grudge narrative, or is this just a basketball game that you knew you guys needed?
100% revenge game. 100%. So that felt good. Came out here with a dub.
What specifically, what chip on your shoulder did you specifically bring with you into this game? Or what did you want to accomplish in this game?
Yeah, I won't get into details. Just an old team. Obviously, getting moved mid-season, getting a good opportunity over here, and came back and played well in a game I wanted to play well. So it feels good.
Two big threes down the stretch there. I mean, how good do those feel to knock those down?
Felt really good. It felt really good.
What about the crowd's reaction? Appreciate being a part of the being team.
It was. That was nice to hear. I've always loved the fans here. I hope they continue to love me. I've said it before. I'll say it again. A city that loves their team, and it was awesome playing here. I said it after the game to on the TV with the Bulls like this a Thursday night on a back-to-back, and this place was sold out. And that's what this fan base continues to bring. So it was a fun game. It was great to hear the warm reception, and I'll still have a lot of people here, both with the team and working for the team, that I'll keep in touch with.
Is your first game against your final team or your old team, does that provide kind of some final closure for you? Does that linger with you over the rest of your career, knowing it's your former team?
Yeah, no, that'll feel good. I mean, this team will most likely change, and as all teams do in the NBA, year to year, coaching staffs will change, and so this one being against the team I just came from and having a game like that, it definitely feels good. It's fresh on the mind. It happened a month ago, so I'll be excited to continue to come back and play here, but I don't think any of them will feel as sweet as this one did tonight.
So you had it circled on your calendar.
I wouldn't say circled. It was not a back-to-back. I mean, both teams were on a back-to-back, so that wasn't ideal. But obviously a game I wanted to play well in.
From the moment you got off the plane from here to Chicago and started your time as a Bull, what's the most different about just the Chicago organization and your journey now?
I think honestly just the stage of, I wouldn't say where the team's at, but just the youth of this team. Like the locker room definitely feels younger. Coming from a locker room over there with Delmas and Jay Crowder and Debo and just some older vets, JaVale McGee in years past, and coming over here and Modest Buzelis is the most vocal guy in the locker room. He's a rookie, so a little bit younger locker room. It's fun though. It's youthful. We've been playing well as of late. Play with a lot of energy, and our coach is preaching a lot of that. So it's been fun. It's been a good reset.
A lot closer to home too, right?
It is, yeah. People aren't, staying up till 10:30 to watch my games, but we're doing it in the moment. People will watch, but my mom's a little bit happier getting to watch.
There you go. That's he
was great. He had the big dagger threes in that fourth quarter.
Yeah, he put it to bed.
Yeah,
and he didn't shy away from this being a revenge game. We'll take a break. When we return, we've still got a little bit of Kings post game we can get to. Doug Christie, Malik Monk, DeMar DeRozan. Also, March Madness Day 2 about to start as well. We'll get into that. Don't forget celebrity birthdays. And then an Allen-less Friday Fun and Games. I saw him in the chat earlier. He's getting ready to get on a plane to go golfing. So good luck to him. Happy birthday, Allen. And we'll be right back after this.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sacktown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sacktown Sports app.
Meanwhile at Xfinity. Okay, huddle up. Do you realize how many fans stream basketball? It's madness.
But real fans stream with Xfinity Internet.
Totally. We've engineered the fastest connection.
With reduced buffering and low lag.
'Cause making streaming better is what we do! Yeah! Yeah!
Can we let go now? It's really not a huddle with two people.
Switch to Xfinity Internet and stream live sports from the best seat in the house. Bring on the good stuff. Restrictions apply. Not available in all areas. Actual speed vary, not guaranteed.
Spring is in the air, and there's really nothing better than hitting the open road in a new Honda. Whether you're shopping for new or pre-owned, Stockton Honda has the selection and savings. Plus, get top dollar for your trade. And while life's roads are often filled with bumps, buying from Stockton Honda couldn't be smoother. Wherever the road you travel might lead, Stockton Honda is happy to get you there. Come in today or go to StocktonHonda.com.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Waking you up with the best in local sports.
They just make it interesting, you know?
It's the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
On Sacktown Sports.
Hey, should also mention Brendan Nunez.
Yes.
The Noons.
He'll be on at noons.
He'll be on at noons and 10 a.m.
Yeah.
As he is filling in for the birthday guy, Alan Stiles. Also want to remind you, Day 2 NCAA tournament is officially underway. And we've got ourselves already a barn burner in the East region. Number 9, Baylor. Number 8, Mississippi State. Locked up in a dead tie. Just 19 and a half left in the first 0-0.
Oh.
But Mississippi State
Draws the foul.
Draws the foul.
This is the key to the game right here.
And I can tell you right now, I've got a feeling I'm going to go ahead and guarantee both free throws get made.
I know I know what's happening here.
What's happening?
You've got the preview.
No,
you've seen the game.
Yeah, I've seen the game in my eyes.
I know. How far behind are we? This
well.
is like if I've ever tweeted a Kings home game. And people are like, spoiler. I'm like, what?
No,
it wasn't. I didn't spoil anything. It's live to me, but then realize that there's that.
I know that cable, I think, is usually the least. I want to say, what did I see? Like for the Super Bowl, it was like YouTube TV was 47 seconds behind. It was something crazy. Yeah, it is.
He made both.
So right now it's 2-0. Here's how far behind we are, Jason. Baylor's going to come down right here, and they're going to hit a 2. And then Mississippi State's going to come back down, and they're going to hit a 3.
So it's going to be 5-2, and right now it's 2-0. The 2 hasn't even happened yet.
Nope. The 2, it's 2-0. That 2's happened. Still 2-0. Okay. And then you know what? After
there's the tying.
So there's the 2. Now Mississippi State is going to come down. They're going to hit a 3 here, Jason Ross. Then Baylor's going to come back and hit another 2.
Wow.
Watch this. Okay.
I think it's 22 in the corner is going to hit the 3.
Nope. It's 0 at the top. Sploosh.
Yeah, I see. 13 is going to score for Baylor.
So you think 13? I'm going to say 23 is going to score. Nope. That's Mississippi State. I'm going to say number 5.
Okay.
Is going to score 15. Excuse me, I couldn't see his jersey. Oh, nope.
Maybe that's who I meant.
It's number 13. That's what I meant.
I did mean 13. Look at that.
Look at you. Look at you.
Yeah.
So there you go. Robert Morris that was a fun thing. Seeing into the future.
Wait, Robert Morris is playing who?
Robert Morris is playing Alabama.
That's not fair. One guy against
just one guy. Bobby Morris, as his friends call him, or B More. He is taking on Alabama.
Okay.
That's a 215. Alabama, even though it's a 215, Alabama, the slight favorite at 22.5. Lipscomb.
Yeah.
Or is it like Lipscomb?
Lipscomb.
Hey, where do you go to school? Lipscomb. Lipscomb. Gross. Isn't that what you have on your mouth in the morning? Yeah. We're the Lipscomb mouthwash. And we're taking on the Iowa State Hawkeyes. Nope. Cyclones.
Yeah, good for you.
Thank you. Iowa State favored by 14.5. That is a 314. Colorado State and number 5. Wow. I was just gonna say, Jason.
Colorado State's favored, aren't they?
They're favored. I did not. I'm playing on the honor system here. I picked them as an upset a couple days ago. I had not seen the odds. How are they favored by 1.5?
I think a really important player for Memphis is out. Colorado State. What are they, Dave?
Colorado State's 25. The Colorado State. Oh no. Okay, Colorado. No, I know this. I think because Colorado's the Buffaloes, and Colorado. They're also an animal. It's a mountain animal. The Rams.
Yeah.
The Colorado State Rams taking on the Memphis Tiger. And yeah, Colorado State, a 12 seed favored by 1.5. Weirdly enough, I'm now worried about my pick. I don't know why now it's like too easy. Mount St. Mary's. Well, that's never mind. Mount St. Mary's is taking on
Virginia.
Duke. Yes. Duke, certainly Duke on TV. More leaving.
Oh, I'm stupid. Washington D.C.
No, that was
that was American.
Yeah, American. Duke's favored by a slight 32.5. St. Mary's, the Gales, 12:15 on True TV. Remember, DirecTV people, even though I haven't had DirecTV in 10 years, 245, 246, 247. Those are that's the one time a year people know about True TV. And then anytime I say that, people are always like, what about
Parking Wars?
Yeah, or
whatever.
What's the crank yanker? The crank call one.
Impractical Joke.
Yeah, that one. It was like, Impractical Joke.
You know, it's a solid show.
I'm not going to say it's not.
It always used to be between all the channels was commercials for Conan.
All of them, yes.
And now, have you noticed what it's been?
What?
AEW.
There has been a lot of AEW. I prefer, if I'm being honest, A&W.
It's the frosty mug taste.
100%. Vandy, St. Mary's, that's 12-15, 105. North Carolina, number 11 versus Ole Miss. That's an 11-6. And once again, UNC, the 11 seed, favored by 1.5 over, not New Miss, but Ole Miss. Maryland, favored by 10.5 over Grand Canyon. I want to highlight this one, Jason, personally. I probably vacillated more than any other pick. I ended up going Maryland, but I had Grand Canyon in and then out and then in and then out. Yeah. Grand Canyon, though, Maryland favored by 10.5. Maybe I made the right call there. The second most popular pick to win the whole thing, Florida over Norfolk State. And that's a 116. Kentucky hosting Troy in their first visit without John Calipari. That comes up at 410. New Mexico Marquette. Akron, the Zips. I've got the Zips in this one. Arizona favored by 14.5. So this would be a big upset to hit here.
For sure.
Akron, Arizona. Arizona's stupid. Anytime I don't pick Arizona and Purdue are the two teams that piss me off the most historically. Anytime I pick Arizona, they crash out early. Anytime, like right now, Arizona's a Final Four team watch because I picked them out in the first round. This is their year. UConn, two-time defending champion, 8 seed. UConn favored by 5.5 over Oklahoma. That's at 625. Illinois, the Fighting Illini. Many people, not that it's a Cinderella story, but a lot of people I've seen have the Fighting Illini as far as their Final Four. Like,
really?
Yeah, a lot of people are very, very high on Illinois. They take on Xavier. That could be a battle. Just a 4.5-point favorite is Illinois. Xavier has made noise in this tournament before. Michigan State, another pick du jour to come out of
Izzo,
that region. Yeah, Tom Izzo taking on Bryant. Not even, at least Robert Morris could be two people.
Right.
This is just Bryant.
Yeah. It's not Kobe.
It's not Kobe. It's just Bryant.
Right.
And MSU favored by 18.5. Finally, Liberty, the number 12 seed taking on Oregon. Oregon favored by 6.5. That will be your final game of the night, tipping off at 7:10 on not false, but true TV. I can tell you this much. Day one was awesome. Day two, with everybody hopefully being able to sleep in tomorrow, you can already, even though we're watching just the first game, you can feel this palpable college atmosphere energy coming through. And it makes me think about my good friends at American Energy Heating and Air who have some very new. Now, listen, if you're driving, please do pull over. If you're at home, just get out your. I would say get out a notepad. Nobody has those anymore, so just get out your phone. Look, seasons change. Seasons change. People change. Was that Bananarama? Or was that Expo? It was Expose. Great poll. Did Expose also have that song? It was like hey baby. All right, we'll get back to that. Sorry, Jay. I can't wait. Oh, it is new shoes, but new spelled N-U, right? Yeah. Hey, listen, I'm doing this for American Energy, not Expose, but shout out to them. Seasons are changing. They want you to stay warm now. They want you to stay cool in the summertime. They're going to give you a way to do it. You want to tune up? Fine. A tap off, $24.50. That's it. Half off. You want a diagnostic? How about free? How about $0? Nothing, not even a penny. And right now, you'll hear a bunch of these other places saying, hey, $4,000 off a new system, which is what American Energy is saying. But here's the difference. The other places, they're just taking your rebates. Not American Energy. It's $4,000 off of what they're doing, plus you get the rebates. That's why they've been in business since 1981. A+ with the Better Business Bureau. Go to the AE Way, theaeway.com for an instant quote, or 916-520-9990. Tell me good buddy Carmichael Dave sent ya. We'll take a break. What to watch? Celebrity birthdays, and then Friday fun and games all coming up in the final half hour of the week next.
Saturday night, Kings and Bucks. Game night with Scott Marsh and the high flyer Henry Turner starts at 5:30. Tip off at 7.
The Kings play here on Sacktown Sports.
Sacktown Sports, 1140.
Sacramento weather is brought to you by California Sun.
I'm Tamara Berg in the KCRA 3 Weather Center. It's finally Friday. Getting out the door to a cool start. Expect temperatures in the lower 40s as we head through the afternoon. Expect partly cloudy skies, light winds, and temperatures in the mid to upper 60s. Get the latest forecast on the KCRA 3 News and the KCRA 3 app.
Free wellness, red light therapy, infrared trim pot, cold plunge, halo therapy, massage, cryotherapy, sunbeds, and more. All free during Wellness Weekend at California Sun Wellness Spas. No sign-up required. Experience wellness like never before at all California Sun Wellness Spa locations. Today through Sunday. CaliforniaSun.com.
Sacramento's premier country music festival, Country in the Park, is coming back May 16th and 17th at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Billy Currington, Cone Wetzel, Nate Smith, and and more. You'll enjoy food trucks, rock walls, and a mechanical bull, line dancing, and more. Single-day GA tickets start at $52 at CITPFest.com. Country in the Park, May 16th and 17th with Paul Mitchell, The School, Sacramento, and Stoney's Rockin' Rodeo. Find out more at CITPFest.com.
Get ready for the high-octane action. It's the 76th season opener at the Stockton 99 Speedway, March 29th. Watch the intense racing action as the Stockton Late Models, NorCal Mini Stocks, NorCal Legend Series, Pure Stocks, and Fast Car Solutions Mini Modifieds tear up the track. It's fast, it's thrilling, it's non-stop action you don't want to miss. Family-friendly fun, food, and excitement for everyone. Gates open at 5 p.m. Racing starts at 6. Stockton 99 Speedway, where speed and excitement come to life. March 29th. Be there for the 76th season opener. For tickets, visit Stockton99.com.
It's Friday, folks, and perfect weather for a classic Palisades weekend. Dial in your gear and fire up your Toyota because it's rippable out here. I'm Johnny Mosley with your Friday Toyota Tahoe report.
Thanks, Johnny. The chilly weather continues with a high near 44. We'll see partially sunny skies for the afternoon, and tonight it will be mostly cloudy in the low 30s. Saturday, we'll see clouds and breaks of sun with a high near 47. This report is brought to you by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places.
The PGA club fitters at the Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio know that golf should be fun. They also know that players of all abilities will hit the ball farther and straighter, play better golf, shoot lower scores, and have more fun if they get fitted before they purchase golf clubs. Hagen Oaks delivers the same technology and major brands used to fit PGA and LPGA professionals. See how the game can be even more fun. Hagen Oaks Player Performance Studio fittings are available 7 days a week. Make yours today by calling 916-808-2531. That's 808-2531.
Have you ever dreamed of shopping for the perfect jewelry from home? Well, now it's possible, and you can even build your credit. PrestigiOJewelers.com now offers online shopping, making us the premium credit jeweler nationwide. With an exceptional selection of fine jewelry, from engagement rings and gold chains to sparkling diamond earrings and much more. With over 30 years of experience, Prestigio guarantees you'll find exactly what you're looking for. It's fast and easy. Once approved, you'll receive a guaranteed credit line from $400 to $10,000. All you need is to be 18 years or older, have a valid form of ID, be employed for a minimum of 6 months, and a bank account for automatic payments. PrestigioJewelers.com is the perfect way to establish or reestablish your credit, with interest rates at only 2.25% per month. We are here to help you with monthly reporting to all major credit bureaus. The perfect jewelry, the perfect price, helping you build perfect credit. Visit us online at PrestigioJewelers.com or at one of our locations in Sacramento, Stockton, Merced, and Fresno. Enter code SACTOWNSPORTS at checkout to save 10%.
If you're 55 and up, T-Mobile has plans built just for you. 2 lines of unlimited for just $30 a line. That's a 45% savings compared to Verizon and AT&T. But don't just take our word for it.
It's not just the savings that are great with our T-Mobile plan. There's all this value from all these other things that T-Mobile offers.
T-Mobile has been such a savings for us.
We love it.
Switch today and get 2 free 5G phones like the Motorola Edge with Turbo Power charging that gives you power for the day in just 15 minutes. And customers 55 and up can get 2 lines of talk, text, and data for only $30 a line. Go to T-Mobile.com/choice55 to learn more. With AutoPay plus taxes and fees, plus $5 per line without AutoPay. Debit or bank account required. 45% off 2 lines versus AT&T Starter and Verizon Welcome. Plan benefits vary. Motorola Edge on us with 24 monthly bill credits and new line for well-qualified customers, plus tax and $35 per line connection charge. See details at T-Mobile.com. Motorola Edge requires 68-watt charger. Charger sold separately. Actual performance will vary based on usage and configuration.
To include him in the conversation with Josh Allen.
The only place in the morning to get your sports fix.
Live and local.
The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hey,
there it is.
Well done, Chris. NU space SHOOZ.
I also didn't know this.
Why?
Because I had it set up to play, and then you text me, "Hey, can you play this?"
Oh,
he was way ahead. Yeah.
Can I just say what just happened there? I had no way of knowing Chris was going to play this. During the break, I texted him. I said, "Hey, could we come back with this song?" Then when we came back, what did I do? I said, "Hey, Great job, Chris. Giving him all the credit. And he craps all over it. I tried to throw a block on the offensive line and give him some credit.
That was me throwing a touchdown and saying, hey, my guard was out of position.
I just went to go throw a block, and it's like he called for the screen, and I went over there, and he completely ignored it and went the other way. Yeah. Oh. I know what Chris's secret ingredient would be, betrayal in his burrito.
I can really taste it.
Dave, did you get your tickets for Lisa? No, but I did, however, I have officially made a request for 4 tickets in the Sacktown Sports Suite. I've asked to host that show. So we'll see. But Jason, you got one of them with your name on it. Chris, you're invited too. You just
What's the date?
Oh, I don't know.
Okay.
April something?
Is it April something?
May something.
Somewhere between now and June.
July something.
It's probably in August.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah, wait, wasn't it 4 days after your birthday?
That's right.
Oh, yeah, August 15th. Well done. Good memory, Jason Ross. Well, we're there, probably.
Yeah.
That means there's a possibility I could have 3 amazing concerts within a week.
What are the other 2?
Well, one is in Palm Springs and one is in Tahoe. I'm going on a little tour.
Your tour.
I'm thinking of pulling the trigger on this. I may very well pull a trifecta nobody I think has ever done before. Creed, Lisa, and Colt Jam with Rob Bass. I'm comfortable saying nobody has done that concert trifecta in history.
It's pretty good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
By
Do
the
you
way,
have other things like that you think you're the only one that's done? Because I have one that I can think of right now.
Oh,
Me.
I've got one as well.
Okay, give me yours, Jason.
Chris, you go first.
Okay, go ahead, Chris. Yeah.
Mine is what I have in my Ticketmaster. I already had one of them. Was Foster the People, Juvenile, Oasis.
That's pretty good.
Can I just say that would actually be a pretty fun show? But that would be a fest, not a festival.
Yeah.
This is just one day.
Mine is not concerts, it's golf. I went from playing Pebble Beach to Campus Commons.
The game of golf.
I don't know who's done that.
Nobody.
Now, people have played Pebble Beach and maybe have played, but has that been your back-to-back rounds?
I don't think that's ever happened.
Yeah.
I don't think that has ever
I feel
happened.
like I'm one of one.
I don't think that has ever happened before. The closest I have is I went on a date October 30th, the day before Halloween. And then almost exactly a year later, I had a kid. And then almost exactly a year later than that, I had another kid. I went on a date, and within 2 years, I was married with 2 kids. Set the screen! No, I was a different girl. Just kidding. Just kidding. By the way, I know everybody's been clamoring. Better Jack, both Twitter and our YouTube has weighed in. White or black? Okay. Not that should matter, just for the record, guys. Black is winning on our chat. Black 59. I purposely would love it if somebody tuned in right now and with no context. Ready? In 3, 2, 1. Right now, black is winning 59 to 41%. Black in the lead by 18% on our chat. On Twitter, it's a little bit different. Black is winning 63 to 37%. Ladies and
That's
gentlemen,
surprising.
I actually am a little bit surprised too.
Not at all.
Way to go, black. Black beating white 63 to 37%.
I didn't think it's surprising.
You don't?
No.
Okay, and I'm just asking you this because I want to tell
I think more people know who Jack Black is.
I think you're right. No. You're 100% right. And if I were to ask you to name 3 songs by either Jack Black or White Stripes, could you do it?
No.
Yeah. See, I think that's more of the norm.
Right.
I really, truly do. I think you have to be ding dongs like Chris and I, and probably a few in the chat to understand the genius of Jack White. Originally from Detroit, by the way, Detroit, Michigan. No, not Detroit, California. Round 1, day 2 is going. We'll get you an update on men's college basketball right now. Right now, it's chalk, Jason Ross. We've got Mississippi State, the 8 seed, up on Baylor, 15-14. My upset pick, in trouble. Coming up here in about 3 minutes, Bobby Morris will open against number 2 Alabama. Tonight, the Rockets play at the Heat, Pelicans at Wolves, Hornets at Thunder, Pistons at Mavs, Cavs at Suns.
Go Cleveland.
Go Cleveland. Nuggets at Blazers, Grizzlies at Clippers. Go Grizz, right? All right, birthdays are meant to be spent with family and friends, and listen to me. Listen up right now. Nothing says family and friends more than crumble cookies. Jason Ross.
Okay, on this day, guys, in what year, Dave, you're going into Chris's wheelhouse here. On this day, in what year was the movie Liar, Liar?
Oh, God.
Great movie.
I will be threatened with death if I get this wrong.
Why don't you go first, Chris? We're in your wheelhouse. You're the home team.
So you can agree with me.
It's between 2 years.
Yeah, it is. They both, and it starts with a 9.
I'm going to go
with
1997.
He's close. He's one off.
Is he?
Yep.
You could agree with him, you know.
I don't want to. It's 1996.
Is it?
That was the other year I was thinking of.
Okay. Well, the good news is, guys, we have a correct answer.
We do. You don't even have to. I know I'm right.
Yeah.
100%.
Correct answer is Carmichael Dave. But liar, liar. It's actually Chris.
I knew it. I knew there was going to be a left turn at Albuquerque, and you pulled it off. I tried to will my way into that thing.
Won't you?
Won't you?
Happy birthday today to Adrian Peterson.
Peterson. Adrian Peterson is 38.
No.
37.
Dave is closer.
All day.
Dave is closer. 40.
40.
Yeah, by the way, happy birthday to Alan Stiles.
Alan Stiles.
He is 32, but acts like he's 56.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm going to say he is 31. I don't know.
I don't have the official number, but I think
I think I'm right.
I think there's a 3, and I think there's a 5.
Oh, wow. You're getting up there.
I think.
53?
Yep.
I was right.
Happy birthday to Rosie O'Donnell.
Row.
League of Her Own.
Rosie
The Flintstones.
Other stuff.
Her own show.
Rosie O'Donnell is 65.
She is 63.
Hey, by the way, Madonna looked really good. I got to say, that might be peak Madonna in that movie. Okay. Just saying. Madonna looked pretty good in that movie.
Third base? No.
Outfield.
No, center field.
Yeah. Center field. Yeah. We have a correct answer. It's Chris Verlott, 63.
Wow. Rosie O'Donnell expert, Chris Verlott.
Happy birthday to Ferris Bueller, Matthew Broderick.
62.
64.
62, 64.
Did we
And
split
Rosie
it?
O'Donnell is 63.
Yeah.
As is Matthew Broderick.
Oh.
Splitting the uprights.
Yeah. Gary Oldman.
Certainly not Gary Youngman.
Pete's brother.
Tiptoes.
He played Hagrid in the Harry Potter movies. Gary Oldman I think he's like 67. I think he's up there.
71.
We have a correct answer that goes to Carmichael Dave.
Ooh.
How about James Bond? I think for just one. Timothy Dalton, maybe 2 movies.
The Living Daylights. I think it was
Fuzz.
2. Timmy D is that's what I call him. He's 73.
Sonny's
Famous
brother.
Manchester City fan.
Timmy D is 73.
He is 76.
What did you say?
73.
76. Chris is closer, 79.
Oh, wow.
And then former Niners QB Nick Mullins.
Nick Mullins is BDN Mullins is 30.
32.
We have a correct answer and it goes to Carmichael Dave.
Thank you. The Living Daylights with Timothy Dalton
Yeah.
actually had a hit spawned off the movie. That was the title track. Who sang it? We'll tell you when we get back to Friday Funny Games next.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sacktown Sports and the Sacktown Sports app.
Thunder, feel the thunder.
It ignites something inside of you.
Lightning and the thunder. sets alight an elevated state of being. Days are pure exhilaration. And the nights, they're simply electric. See it, hear it, feel it.
Feel the thunder, lightning and the thunder.
Thunder Valley Casino Resort. Feel the thunder.
Infusion Center, where we prioritize your comfort and well-being. Whether you're managing a chronic condition or seeking specialized IV therapy, our state-of-the-art center offers tailored solutions to meet your needs. Advanced Infusion Center's dedicated healthcare professionals are here to ensure your safety and provide personalized care. Conveniently located in Sacramento and Yuba City with flexible scheduling options. Experience a new standard in infusion therapy. Visit Advanced Infusion Center today at advancedinfusion.com.
Big savings are back at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop. New Hondas are piling up, and that means big savings for you.
Looking to own or lease? During the spring sales event, drive a brand new Accord or Civic. Visit us today at FolsomLakeHonda.com, your one-stop Honda shop.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too.
Folsom Lake Honda, yeah, your one-stop Honda shop.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
I was in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean when it happened. There was a sudden jolt and our submarine crashed on the seafloor. We were in total darkness.
That's Dr. Dejana Figueroa, a marine biologist and STEM teacher, talking about a deep sea dive she'll never forget.
It's funny, when I was a kid, I was afraid of the ocean. And there I was, 2 miles below the surface. But as a scientist, you prepare for that. Using our training and a little creativity, we fixed the sub and finished our experiments. The dive was just too important. Every dive gives us glimpses at things few people ever get to see. Glowing creatures, fiery undersea volcanoes. When we got back to the surface, I kissed the ground and called my mom, of course. But you know what? I wouldn't trade that dive for anything.
Dr. Figueroa uses her passion for STEM to discover new things and make the world a better place. She can STEM, so can you. Check out She Can STEM for more stories and inspiration. A message from the Ad Council.
Golf to Go is brought to you by the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Here's Frank LaRosa.
Since the launch of the World Handicap System, a golfer's handicap index has been automatically calculated by taking their 8 best score differentials from their most recent 20 rounds. According to Golf Monthly Newsletter, that handicap is not designed to reflect average scores, but how likely you'll play on a course of average difficulty. Handicaps are generally split into 3 different groups: low, mid, and high. A recent report by the USGA showed that the average handicap index for a male is 14.2 and 28.7 for a female. A golfer with a handicap of 1 to 9 is considered to have a low handicap. A handicap of 10 to 19 is generally thought to be a mid-handicapper, and a higher handicap golfer is 20 and above. Nearly 50% of males are mid-handicappers, with 30% carrying low handicaps, and under 20% of female golfers are in the low and mid-handicap groups. Carry your handicap proudly and play on. It's supposed to be fun. That's your Golf to Go. I'm Frank LaRosa.
We have finally made it to Friday.
Let's end your week the right way with Friday Fun and Games
On the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross.
Hey, you're not Alan Stiles. You're Brendan Nunes.
Got a birthday today.
You're
right.
You too?
No, not me.
Oh, okay.
That's why I'm here.
Not my birthday.
Not my birthday. It's your birthday. Hey. Oh, by the way, speaking of birthdays, I would like to throw out the 13th anniversary, ladies and gentlemen. The happy 13th anniversary yesterday. It's my favorite time of year. People like to say it's March Madness. No, it's not. It is, it's the 11th anniversary of the most famous Facebook post ever from our good friend Bobby Jackson. No toilet paper. Goodbye socks.
Yeah.
God bless him.
That's resourceful.
You know what? Look, Bobby's scrappy, man. He'll just get it done.
We're getting very close to my favorite Facebook post,
which is
Mason eating it, looking for Easter eggs.
just falling flat on his face and like the sonic rings, eggs go everywhere. And what does he do?
How old is that? A year?
That was, I think he was 4. And his reaction is immediately to go hide behind Melissa's leg while everyone cleans up his eggs.
But it's great, Dave going,
You're
okay. You're okay.
You're okay, buddy.
It is true. I started laughing. Watching kids eat it is hilarious. And there are YouTube compilations out there that
There are a lot of them.
and not that you should watch them.
Sean Cunningham is a big fan.
I was going to say.
I think it's called like Kids Getting Hurt or something
Sean,
on Instagram.
Sean will tell you. Sean and I used to watch. They have a series out. I'll just put it the right way.
So
Larger framed children getting hit by balls.
That's the right way.
.com or
.com.
Ice
That's
rinks
a
are
whole
also-
different thing.
Ice rinks are also
That's a whole
great too.
different thing.
With those big red balls, the rubber ones.
Sure.
Anyways, Friday Fun and Games. What do you have in store, Jason?
We are going to put 90 seconds on the clock. We know our alphabet, right? A to Z?
I hope so.
We'll see how you guys do today.
Okay.
We've done this before.
Yeah.
But you got to go all the way through the alphabet, A to Z, on the category I give you in 90 seconds.
Oh, God.
Dave, I think I'm giving you a category that I think I've given you before.
Oh?
I think. I was
Okay.
writing this down. I go, I think I've done this.
I'll tell you.
We'll find out. We'll see how you do.
All
In
right.
90 seconds, starting with the letter A through Z. Can you name artists or bands? And if you can't, just skip. So
Okay.
go ahead. Start.
ABBA, Barry Manilow, Christopher Cross, Danzig, Eric Carmen, Frank Sinatra, Gilbert Gottfried. I'm sorry. Okay, pass. That's going to be easy though. H would be Harry Styles. I, Indigo Girls. J, Journey. K, Kiss. L, Loverboy. M, Michael Jackson. N for Night Ranger. Oasis. P for Pink Floyd. Queen. Run DMC. Sam Hain. I know. T for Tempest, or yeah, we can do that. Or Triumph. U for I'll pass on you. V for Veruca Salt. UVW for Whitney Houston. X for I'll pass on X. Y is Young MC, and Z I'll pass on that. Going back to G is what did I pass on G? Why am I blanking on G? Oh, Grateful Dead. U is U2. And then
X.
X is was Xanadu. X Extreme.
Z.
Z is ZZ Top.
There you go.
Oh,
Wow.
Thank you. I love you, Dad.
Wow.
You're the best Jack in the world.
I want to check in on one.
Yeah.
Veruca Salt.
Yeah. That's
Yeah.
a character. Is that a brand?
Is that a
Yeah.
Willy Wonka?
Yeah,
character?
Veruca Salt. Veruca Salt's like an alternative band.
Is it?
I
didn't
believe,
know.
Chris. You're looking it up. I believe it is, right?
I was thinking the same thing you were.
Yeah.
I could said Violent Femmes, but
Ooh.
what?
Got some bad news.
What?
You got all but one.
What?
Extreme.
With an E?
EX. TR.
More than words?
But wait, did I say another X though?
No. You could have went with eggs.
I could have said Exhibit. I could have said
You
X.
said Xanadu, but that's
Hey,
a song.
Xanadu.
That's a song.
Is it also a band?
So Veruca Salt was a band, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, I wasn't looking at it.
Okay. All right. Well, that was still very impressive. I think
Yeah,
the best
I'm gonna
anyone has
struggle
done.
here. I don't know.
Well,
if
you're
I'm
not
gonna
getting
do
banned.
all that.
Veruca Salt
Yeah, I
is
figured.
a rock band.
Okay. Good job, Dave.
Xanadu is a German band
We're
with a
taking-
song that Nacht scheint nie die Sonne.
Oh, that's one of their best.
Yes, I
Should I
love
dump that?
I probably actually. All right. Anyways,
All right.
that was
Vernon,
tough.
you ready?
Jeez, I think so.
Let's see. Let me see which of these I think you will. Okay, I think you'll like this one. I think A to Z. You can pass on anything in 90 seconds. Things that you will find at an arena or stadium. Go.
Okay. Arena, basketball, a court. You'll find dunks, energy, if we're gonna go with that. The floor. G. You'll find. Oh God. Guards. You will find H. Let's see. You'll find hustle. you'll find ice cream at the arena.
Yeah, we'll accept it.
J, you will find jumpers.
Hey.
Mm-hmm. K. Oh gosh. Kevin Huerter last night at the arena.
We would
count
accept
that.
Kings as well.
Kings, that's a great one. JKL.
Yeah.
Losses.
Yes.
Unfortunately,
Last night.
definitely we'll find that at the arena. M. Does Marvin Bagley count? Can we go Marvin? He was here the other day.
Yep.
And there is. Dude, I'm so bad at this.
You've done
You've done very well, honest to God.
Uh-oh.
And
what are we on?
N.
Nachos
at the arena. And O.
P.
Oscar Robertson throwback jerseys.
Robertson, sure.
Hey, real quick,
Tough.
Can you get the clock sound back again? Because I'll tell you right now, I guarantee you, I can complete 2 in a row, and I'll do it in under 30 seconds. Are you ready? Set, go. Section A, Section B, Section C, Section D. Is that not acceptable? Okay.
They're numbered.
No, they're not always.
At an arena, so right?
Row A.
Yeah.
Row A, row B, row C. Good job, Brendan.
Is that all the time we had for?
Hey, 4 hours on the air after a tough loss all by yourself. What's coming up?
Yeah, we're gonna do all right. We got Sean Cunningham coming on the show
Oh.
during the day today. Chris Watkins gonna join me for an hour at a point. Unfortunately, gonna dive into the loss a little bit. I thought there's interesting things with Malik playing point guard, Zach not maybe getting as quite involved.
You do have to ask Sean about him getting next questioned by Malik Monk last night.
Okay, we're going to give you 3 requests. That's one.
Okay.
Would you do 2 for me, please?
Sure.
Okay, number 2, please ask him what his current, you can tell him that's from me, what his current cologne is right now, that he's his go-to cologne. And number 3, just randomly say, the guys want to know, by the way, Sean, and do it like in the context of the game. Be like, when was the last time you saw a video of little kids getting hit by balls?
Sure.
And I promise
I
you,
would bet it's today.
It probably was in the last 24 hours.
Yeah.
All right, Brendan's coming up. Please stay tuned for him. That'll be a fun show. March Madness updates as well. For Chris, for Jason, for Sam Amick, for all of you, have a great weekend. Please be safe. We want you all back on Monday right here on Sacktown Sports. Bye-bye now.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.